Viper in the yellow, of course, playing as the Malay. We got DauT in the blue, playing as the Japanese. This is promotion of Wandering Warriors Cup 2, which is coming in a week and will happen in a couple weeks. $22,000 from Microsoft. You and I are hosting this, Dave, and you hosted this show match. So just restate like how this whole show match came about and what was said.
Okay, so I basically asked them if they wanted to do a show match. DauT's immediate question was, how stupid are the settings? Because he knows me well. I told him WWC, and then I made it so that their loser is going to pick the next map. However, we need a first map. And the first map is going to be part of the WWC map pool, which is Houseboat. And the twist is that it is going to be sudden death. So you will only get this one town center on the island. And if your town center dies, you're dead. You cannot add another TC. So players will need to keep transporting their villagers to the outer edges. Now, one way to get around only having one TC and not being able to expand your eco is to expand your eco with fishing ships and fish traps. And I think that's what both of them are thinking here. Like, if I can't make vills, at least I can make fishing ships and get my food eco up. But your opponent will be trying to disrupt that and kill your TC. So you got to keep your water safe for sure.
Yeah, and it's been years now, but I remember the meta that Viper kind of created or perfected on this map. And that was actually 2 docks defensively. And then if your opponent tries to dock your water, you have 1 more dock than your opponent to defend. And you're basically spamming fishing ships nonstop and defending your fish. So now it's even more so here. So yeah, TC goes down, you're dead. It is worth noting that trebuchets can range the TCs from the other side of the shoreline.
Yep.
So that's like, if people go fire galleys, which is especially common, that can't necessarily kill a treb. And we've seen some sudden death games where a player might be up big time in military, 20-30 military, 20-30 eco, but then trebs roll into town or petards or something
and also,
win the game.
Like on sudden death here, you're not going to really have villagers on that island to repair. There's going to be no vills there, dude. So and the TC goes down so quick, like 5 treb shots. So if you see a treb, you are going to have to expedite those villagers and get them to the middle island as quickly as possible. They probably won't be there. They probably will not be there.
So this is a little embarrassing to admit, but it's very timely. So I recently rewatched the cast you and Bullet did of me in Wandering Warriors Cup 1, where I played against Naval.
Oh, God, that was fun. Yeah.
I lose the first game, right? Game 2 was extremely stressful. It went super late. And then game 3 was this map right here, dude. And I lost my transport ship. It was bad. I think I had like 14 vills stuck around my TC. But yeah, I rewatched that recently. It was such a crazy, crazy series.
I remember the first Nomad game because it was like really sloppy, but it was really good. It was just like a back and forth Nomad. I can't remember any of the other games from there, but first one was great.
The other one was, it was only best of 3. The other one was Grapple. So I was Celts
you went up to like 180
Indians.
Villagers or something like that.
Yep. Completely overboomed just because of the stress. Like I went up to 180 vills, and then at one point I shift deleted 40 villagers for pop.
I think I was saying it in the cast. I'm like, oh, he's so stressed out right now.
Yeah, dude. Like that's why, like, we always try and explain it when we're casting. You know, the what the player may be going through.
Yep.
But a lot of that is because we've kind of been there. We understand it. So.
All right, so how greedy is Viper going to get here with the melee? We can see both players exploring the pawns, and I think they've both found each other now. Now, on this map, you can either start with a pawn like all the way across in the middle area like this, or you can even start closer than this. So they're fairly far away from each other in terms of generations, and they've both identified where each other is, which is really, really helpful. And DauT's even spotted the wood line here from Viper, which he might go forward and try and tower.
Yeah, if it was 2 vills, I would think that DauT would be going forward dock. But with 4 vills, I'm thinking he wants to tower. Now, Viper saw that, and Viper will be in feud age a little bit faster.
Viper's going to be like, hey, man.
Let's see.
Ooh, nice damage on the scout. Okay.
Yeah, really nice hits there, actually, because Viper's going to be in feud age faster. So Viper does have another lumber camp, but, like, let's not forget, yes, these guys are good, But as you're continually producing vills, you have to continually use the transport, and it's not easy to do it all.
They're probably thinking, and here comes Viper with 4 vills, and he says, hey, if you can do that, I can do it too. But DauT's going for that forward barracks. Viper will attack with the villagers. He's bringing the scout over. He's in feudal age a little bit sooner. DauT needs 10 more seconds to get his scout all beefed up.
I think the big thing here is that that's 175 wood, kind of wasted for the time being for DauT. So nice reaction here from Viper. And he just matches the amount of vills that DauT brought forward. And is going to chase this away. So DauT might need to delete that barracks. He'd only lose like 50, 60 wood.
Yeah,
but
it's not that much.
clearly, like, DauT wanted to go on the offensive here.
And DauT is actually going for a galley as well. He doesn't... Oh, he's sending 4 more, Tristan. If the first 4 don't work, send another 4. They'll never expect it. See villager fights on the other side.
If he keeps running his DauT quick wall.
Whoa, dude, I've never seen that before. What? Is this real DauT?
Is Viper in the blue and DauT's in the yellow here? What? As DauT quick walls this vill, there's actually hunt around. So if you're Japanese, you could use the cheap mills on the hunt. But I don't think he's going to find that. And the one vill might be quick walled, but it's still trapped. And these other vills are getting attacked. Viper loses his scout. And did Viper know the barracks was completed? No, he didn't. Now he knows the barracks is completed. And now he doesn't see a tower either. So it still could be pretty messy here for DauT.
Oh my god, Viper just saved that 1 HP villager in the nick of time. And now he's going to wall her in over there as the spearman comes in. Viper's going to be perfectly fine. DauT will get away with a villager. Now Viper discovers that tower, so he needs to leave. It's already kind of nuts.
Yep. This is more nuts than I expected. I thought they'd maybe like rush to Castle Age. Now DauT is trying to wall in Viper.
He failed so hard.
And Viper runs away. So, nice job there from Viper. So far, slightly better start for Viper in terms of like saving the vills and whatnot. But he has had more idle TC time,
and Japanese fishing ships are slightly better as well. So DauT will send more villagers across from the middle. It's important that you find all these water buffalo. That's one little thing about this map that makes it so much easier for people as Viper walled in another villager. And DauT's gonna kill him? No.
Dude, did you see, like, I remember like a quote from Mem like 3 years ago when Viper did. He's like, come on, it's not even hype anymore. It's like, he's gonna save it.
Oh my god. Man. But DauT might be able to get a dock down or something. I don't know.
That'd be huge. That'd be huge. I mean, DauT's going to have archers. DauT's going to have a dock here. This could be really awkward for Viper. I know he's got the quick walls down and maybe it looks good highlight-wise, but he wants to safely fish trap. And now he doesn't even know that his opponent can make Navy from this position.
DauT's got to look for those 1 HP villagers with this archer. One of them's coming back, and Viper's lost track of him. So Viper loses a vill. Eco KD 2-2 after all that, but DauT's vill is still walled in over there, so that's not good.
Viper's archer range is on the right side, which is kind of unfortunate right now. I guess he can maybe get some of these walls down to block this off, but Dave, he still doesn't... Oh, no, sorry. He just found out that the dock is there from DauT, so he should be able to defend
wall in this
somewhat.
archer, dude, in the north.
Dude, DauT's probably so annoyed right now. But I like the pressure. I really like the pressure. And the fishing ship count's also kind of deceiving because pretty soon they're going to run out of fish, and then you need the wood for fish traps as well, which is a whole nother thing.
No, you're pumping all the fire damage into that
isn't
palisade.
actually doing any damage.
It's fine. If he had gone for a demo first, we could have got a good one there.
Yeah, true. Villager goes down for DauT. Saves the archer in the last seconds, and it's going to use these forward villagers for repairs. So it's Viper who's defended well, but still he's only reacting. He has no counterattack, and it's going to be tough. Like, DauT's not really actively patrolling his galley right now, but it should, in theory, be tough for Viper to get a dock down.
Well, Viper is also, like, saving those archers. Like, he doesn't want to show that to DauT at all. DauT's going to find it pretty soon, and he might be forced to engage. But I think the idea from Viper was, like, I'm going to save my archers. I'm going to get fletching. I'm going to hit him at home. But now he sees the archers coming in, and now his plan is just, I'm going to out-micro DauT and kill every single archer when he doesn't notice me at all.
Yeah, this is rough, because the one archer was already pretty weak. So it's 4 archers dead for DauT. And it's only 1 dead there for Viper. But Viper's going to want those fish traps soon. There's limited food remaining for the fishing ships. And DauT's going to want the same, of course. DauT's only had 5 fishing ships. But yeah, counterattack from Viper is going to give DauT some real problems here.
You basically have to engage here if you're Viper on water. Like, you have to keep production. That's a great demo. Because if you lose water, like, Feudal Fire Galleys can kill your TC. If you lose your TC, you're done. So...
Yep. And then everything else doesn't necessarily matter, right? However many villager kills Viper might get with the archers. So nice defense, but the thing is, and we talked about it earlier, I experienced this, is like you're one offensive demo from the opponent away from everything falling apart here. Because it takes so long to take those docks down.
Yep.
Viper didn't really scout too much. If you look at his vision, he only found the shoreline. So he doesn't know where the key areas of resources are for DauT. So when he does find a wood line, DauT's already protecting it. And Viper's going to add a stable here to maybe add some scouts, which makes
DauT's on the way
up
to Castle H. He's not producing villagers. Yeah, I don't think he wants to produce villagers anymore. He doesn't want to bother with transporting them across.
Dude, I just instinctively checked to see if I had market events turned on because this is DauT we're talking about. And
no
he's
market.
known for using the market a lot.
He has no
market whatsoever. Yeah.
It's reformed
Pretty
DauT
crazy
ever
stuff.
since the patch, man. You really feel it. It doesn't seem like that big of a number difference when you read the patch notes, but then you go into the game and you try and buy food, and it really feels bad, like buying for that much.
I think they hit the nail on the freaking head with the adjustment, because I've seen a lot of games where it's like people would fall into that point where they're like, okay, I don't make the 4 farms, and now I just send 4 more to gold and add the market. Now the players who do that, they can still get to Castle Age, they can still benefit from the market, but it feels like there's greater downside. So I like the balance of it.
That's really good.
I think Viper, the key here is defending on water. He's in a pretty good spot to do so, but DauT's going to surprise him with more ships than he's expecting.
If you transport a singular ram into the center of Viper's TC, I don't think he could kill that with fires. Like, if you get it, like, right into the middle of the TC there, and somehow manage to clear up his transport ship too, like, that's a bold idea, but, like, it's possible.
The whole transport, I'm a little worried about right now if you don't have the water control, but yeah.
Look at Viper.
DauT?
Still adding fishing ships, by the way. Still. 15. He's going to start fish trapping.
Is his plan.
Yeah.
So he has 3 on fish traps. DauT is 0. So there's a very big difference there. DauT is like, he's kind of in a position where he needs to do some damage fast. He's getting the War Galley upgrade from the dock at home, which is the way to do it. But Viper is going to possibly... Well, actually, Viper's not going to find many Vil picks because the Galley's the MVP for DauT.
Good job from DauT. Keeping Viper distracted somewhere else. He didn't notice that.
Fire ships pop out. Viper had a weak one. Viper has to be careful here. Dude, all those fish traps he wants to go for are super exposed. Forget about the TC. If he just loops the fires around, Viper's going to lose all his fish.
This is just Viper greed, like, catching up to him. He's like, yeah, I'll add another 10 fishing ships and the traps that accompany them. And DauT says, okay, I'll go up to Castle Age, and I'm absolutely going to kill everything. And if he takes control of water... I mean, he's going to be laughing. The transport ship goes down now. So ram idea, Tristan, look at the TC.
I mean, the fires are also doing it, Dave. The fires are also doing it. Viper will be defeated. If he loses this TC, he only has 3 villagers inside of it. DauT's going for it. He should know that Viper's going to have more ships on the way. Oh, man, this is close. But I think Viper, I mean, built the castle, which DauT was never expecting. The castle fire helps, and Viper... gonna stabilize just at the right time here.
Yep.
Really waited to the last possible second, though.
Really did, yeah.
Like, he lost a 4th of that TC.
That TC was going down quick, man. If DauT had just focused that TC, I think he forces Viper into some really difficult positions. He's killing the fish traps with a knight, which is nice, but his navy is now being cleared up, and there's elephants coming out from Viper.
If DauT just... If he repairs that dock, keeps 2 docks here,
Viper just
combined with these night attacks, I think it's going to be crazy. Did he actually?
He got harbors.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
I so frequently forget that is a Castle Age tech. I think that's the imp tech because you don't see it to be justified. But here, like, having your docks shoot arrows is crazy when you need to protect that TC.
Viper's eco is going to be insane. And DauT's just going to have some nights.
I mean, there's exposed vills. Like, he can outrun the elephants. He can kill plenty of vills. But the fishing ship difference is definitely worrying for DauT.
The problem is that Viper has had to, like, invest so much into these fishing ships, even with melee.
Yeah, yeah.
DauT's put that into military, although DauT's fishing economy at home is... You got to stop making vills, DauT. Normally, he would delete his TC here, so he wouldn't have to bother with it, but you have to try not to do that. Try not to let the muscle memory take over.
Then you're just dead, which is why the settings are... Maybe not for Viper, because I think he really likes this map, but for others, to start it off, it's not the best way to get warmed up for a series. I like the pressure from DauT, but Viper's control is locked down on water now. He has a castle to protect the back of his eco, and he's going to have some monks around as well. So this is going to be a lot of time for Viper to get the fish traps up, and the res collected is already like 3,500 more than what DauT.
Oh, did you see that, dude? DauT identified, he went in at a different angle. He identified which knight the monk was targeting and deleted it out of a group of 3.
And now,
based on the way the monk was angled. Deletes that one too.
He tried the same thing.
Yep.
Well, he does lose 3 knights to kill 1 monk, though.
That was sick,
I guess right now, yeah, really sick. Right now, I wonder how good these harbors are to defend on their own. You've got 7 range, which isn't bad, and then he's just not getting fletching.
DauT saved the monk. The scout was behind. The knight was coming in. He managed to save it. He's getting a conversion on the fire galley. DauT's actually playing quite well with his army control here.
Yep, really good pressure. Viper's just hoping that the dock can defend. He's hoping his ships can defend, and they kind of can. Must be frustrating for DauT, right? Because this is such an awkward fight to take.
Yeah.
But I think, like, Viper needs to snag Bodkin. And then maybe make a couple galleys from the shoreline, right? Galleys would be really nice against the cav archers there.
And DauT's solution, as usual, add another range and keep making CA. And he's consistently waiting until he has like 4 or 5 vills on the middle TC to transport over.
Oh, of course, dude. Like... You can't do it 1 by 1 at this point. 1 by 1 at this point is horrible.
His villager efficiency, like idle economy percentage, is actually not that bad.
Yeah, but, yeah, it's true. And like the worker efficiency last minute, a lot of that's fishing ships on fish traps. I think that is included there. So that's why Viper's is so high.
Here comes the siege workshop.
You need, I think, guard tower on the shoreline to try and be able to get some docks down is your play. But it's so tough when the docks can shoot you.
Yeah.
Also, do you think DauT forgot about the Vil he walled in the north?
It
kind of looks like...
Well, no, because the spearman is patrolling there. I think he's just like, whatever. It's too far away.
To me, like, I'm constantly selecting all my idols and sending them somewhere, and it kind of looks like that Vil may be in the same boat, but he might have just picked up his fill of wood.
Where are the Karambits? Oh, Karambits are moving around. DauT doesn't see them anymore. He knows they're somewhere. He gets 2 monks, which is nice. But those freaking harbors, man.
You know that from this position, Viper feels comfortable even though he's losing Vils, and he wants a masterpiece to kill that TC from DauT.
Oh, 100%. He wants petards.
Like, yeah, so I think petards and a transport would be the dream, but DauT's got so many buildings. How are you ever supposed to sneak?
Quick walls
because DauT has all the vision in the world.
Quick walls from DauT. Think there's still a hole there, brother? There's still a hole there, DauT?
There is.
DauT, there's still a hole. Viper does not go through.
Yeah, maybe there wasn't.
Thought there was.
Ballistics now for Viper.
DauT, quick wall it in. Trap him in.
Oh, DauT trap. Nice trap here on the Karambits. Viper getting trapped himself here. Now the shoe's on the other foot. And the CA are working great against the Karambits. DauT, if he is patient enough, will at least control the middle of the map with CA here. Viper doesn't have a lot to compete there.
Dude, that best of 89 versus Tato is paying off here. DauT's actually... The execution is looking pretty solid in terms of unit control and the quick walls earlier and everything like that. It's looking pretty nice.
Speaking of looking pretty nice,
Viper,
who's got like 23 fishing ships on fish traps now, He is soon going to click up to Imp.
Viper's BF training he's like, I'm ready for this moment, dude. He's
Yep.
just adding fish traps. Okay,
And,
so
like,
what's the masterpiece gonna be? Is the question.
Can he go like? Can you siege tower villagers to DauT's shoreline so you could drop a dock? Is that the play here?
I think he will look at his stone and think about another castle. It's just how he gets over there, right? Because DauT has vision on everything. He might just like make a few trebs and try and sneak him from the side.
I mean, the docks are going to defend his TC no problem for a very long time here. But he is struggling with the lack of vision. I guess maybe full Karambit still seems to be the play.
I love masonry from Viper. That's so nice. Not only for the docks, but for the TC as well.
If you get chemistry and make a cannon galleon, you can destroy all these buildings that DauT has from within your own pond here. So
true.
That could be pretty good. But villagers are making a move here for Viper. He's hoping to push the Cav Archers back. This could be
fully within
Viper
vision.
Only has 39 vills.
Fully within vision of DauT. This ain't gonna work.
I think this is a DauT castle, dude. This is.
Oh, he's walling them off.
But DauT could see the other vills. DauT, you got to chase those vills here, man. He's bringing his own vills. Viper's going with a castle. DauT needs to buy his own castle, I think. Drop it next to it. He can't allow this to go up.
Walls
Viper's house walls!
He's trapping him
man.
in! Oh!
DauT has some very real problems here. If this castle goes up, Viper can make trebs. Viper with the plays. The Cav Archers are trapped. The castle's at 50%. Dave, does this go up, though?
Oh, my
I don't know if this goes up.
Dude. Oh, it doesn't. I don't think it does. I think it fails, but what a trap from Viper. Oh, my God. That was such a great trap on the Cav Archers, and in typical Viper fashion, it doesn't actually matter. It actually hurts him a little bit.
Well, he did need to be creative there. Yeah, okay, right play from DauT is just to wall this up. You don't want Viper to ever be able to sneak in here and finish that. Viper is 58 eco. DauT is 62. DauT is 57 vills. Viper is 27 after all of that.
Yep.
So definitely a chance for DauT. Villagers are a bit different than fishing ships, of course, but he's got farms around the map. He has ways to get food, and he's not really spending as much food now either.
I mean, I'm just surprised that DauT has kept the villagers coming over. It hasn't been beautiful, but it's been effective.
Yeah, he's been getting the job done. And Viper abandoned that a long time ago. Like, he doesn't want to mess with that. Yeah. But you need... I would argue you need more than 27 vills because you need to build stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
well, he's going to have less than 27 villagers in a bit here as he keeps losing.
So Viper's choice seems to be Karambit Warrior. Also, like, Viper has 6 on gold, and it's in the back. Eventually, he's going to need ways to get gold around the map. And he's really struggled against the Cav Archers and the Knights from DauT.
Yeah, the problem for DauT is he's still not up, right? So he doesn't have any tools to take out Viper's TC at the moment. But, I mean, he's done a phenomenal job basically playing off of Viper's need and desire to absolutely masterpiece DauT.
Yep.
That's where DauT feasts. He's like, I know what Viper wants to do to me.
And that's gonna make DauT feel a lot more confident as well. Like, denying that castle, he's like, nah, I'm not gonna let him flex on me here. It's my turn to make him pay for this.
35 fishing ships with fish traps, 22 actual villagers for Viper.
Viper can see the one gate around his castle. I see a Sneakville in the right corner with Karambits. It almost looks like he wants to try and go for the dock on the shoreline approach.
Quick walled in villager is escaping.
Oh, all right. There he goes. Cav Archers from DauT could sit behind Viper's woodline. Viper, you gotta start creating vills again, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta
we need
create
vills.
some.
You need something for stone and gold. That villager is weak over there. The Karambits are gonna hit DauT's gold though. That's the best hit that Viper's had in a long time on DauT's eco.
Yep. Really
now
nice
DauT could make samurai, which would absolutely feast. Even though these are elite
if
Karambits.
this villager completes a dock, I will be very angry. That is a 12 HP vill here. You can't let that Vil anywhere near your shoreline down. I think making a couple extra war galleys and even a couple extra docks if you're down to prep for that could be really good. But he's thinking about Imp right now.
Yep. And
There
Imp's
she
going to come in,
goes.
and then DauT's in a great position once Imp comes in.
And then he can make Trebs, which realistically doesn't feel like Viper can't. Viper can't like really protect Trebs. Oh my god, there's the villager being quick-walled from Viper in the back. So she's just gonna chill there, I guess.
Oh, back there. Oh my god.
Yeah, she walked all the way back there. Like how annoying it must be
And you
to
know
have to
if,
play against Viper.
like, looking at this, if you're DauT, like, if you look away for 1 minute, you're going to come back and half your wood line and that Vil is going to be walled in, and it's just going to be a nightmare.
Yep, absolutely. And now crossbow for Viper, he's about to get Arbalest, and he bracers in already. So this actually could become very dangerous. 2 minutes away from Imp is DauT. So he needs to hopefully find some decent engagements. I don't think they're too bad, but when the Arbalest count gets above 10 for Viper, the range and the attack and all that is going to be an issue for these Cav archers.
I mean, he does have very limited gold, so he's got to be careful about losing these. Like, DauT's microing them down, and then we look at the gold supply for Viper, and unless he starts selling a lot of food, which he just did, he's not going to be able to afford that many.
Viper just built a tower with the villager.
Of course, because why not?
The tower is now being attacked, though, by the Vil. So that tower might eventually go down. But
this
Viper
villager
definitely
from
paying
DauT
attention.
is going to get walled in at some point at the back.
Yeah, I think Viper will complete the tower, delete the wall, hop out, go for some shenanigans there. But Viper's finally got a nice snowball of military rolling in the middle. The Karambits have done enough. I mean, he's lost so many of them, but they've done enough somehow. He only has 6 arms. I keep acting like he's going to have more. I guess I keep forgetting he only has like 20-some Vils.
Yep.
Now it's going to be Imp, actually. He gets Bracer himself. I actually think the Cav archers are still pretty good. Score is pretty crazy.
And he's
Viper's
coming
collected
forward.
10k more res.
He's coming forward with Vils, and Viper does not have any vision on that side, so if DauT goes for a castle, like, to the right of Viper's base,
On the hill.
and then he can
On the
tread
hill,
that,
yep. Yeah, I mean, I really do think that starting to make cannon galleons in defense could be good for either player. Here comes Viper. Viper is gonna dock DauT's side. This is dangerous for DauT.
And DauT's
This
going
is
for
very,
a castle
very
in the
dangerous.
south. DauT is going for a castle in the south. Viper got murder holes for his tower. So the villager died, and his Vil is healing up inside of the... Oh, my God. And the harbor can range the TC!
No way! No! And it also ranges any ships you make.
Oh, my God, bro.
And Viper, so he's got the harbor, but he's gonna make a cannon galleon from that and just park it right next to the harbor.
If I know
DauT,
Viper, he's going to try and kill DauT with just harbors attacking the TC. That's what he wants to do.
He's making another one on the right side now with the sneak villager that built the tower.
Because of course.
And there is a cannon galleon.
Oh,
and DauT,
God.
I mean, I believe in Trebs, but not enough when Viper's got the defense he has at home. And DauT's got so little time right now. Again, no repair vills around either. So you're not going to be able to repair that town center at all if you're DauT.
DauT's dead. Unless he gets Trebs right now, he's dead. And he needs to do something about that. And yeah, it's just... Oh, God.
I feel for DauT. This game has been a complete and utter flex from Viper from the start, dude. He's just been greed moding. I mean, how he's done some of the things he's done this game is just unbelievable.
This has been fun. I really like this.
It's been really fun. Yeah.
Oh,
Viper
no.
has cannon galleons, so he could kill DauT right now, but he might want to kill DauT with the docks, and DauT actually resigns
before it can happen.
because I think he knows that
he's down to
gonna
28
die,
Vils. He lost a lot. Like,
yeah, he lost a ton. Oh
Viper.
yeah, in the north he lost a bunch.
That's crazy.
I mean, you gotta hand it to DauT. That was a lot of aggression, and I think he actually had some real potential. That one moment where he had overwhelmed Viper on water, I think Viper was probably sweating. If DauT maybe had a third dock there, maybe mixed in a demo and hung around, maybe Viper's greed doesn't pay off and that TC goes down in Castle Age. But yeah, that was a fun game. The rest of the games we're doing between these two are not sudden death.
No.
But people we're gonna see a lot of fish booming. We're gonna see a lot of craziness on Houseboat in the main event of Wandering Warriors Cup. Guaranteed. Anytime we've seen this in competitive AoE2, the games have been amazing. So might not be sudden death, but if
And
anything, it should be even better. So
this time around, we have so many bans. So we're not going to see the same civs over and over again, at least hopefully. That's the idea behind the ban system. And it's going to be like weird picks that players are forced into, which is exciting for me.
The fish traps paid off big time. 18,000
Yep.
food for Viper.
Yep.
DauT at 8,000. So
I love that moment though, where Viper's like, "Yeah, I can queue up 15 fishing traps," when DauT still has like docks on his
there?
pond. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the feeling of I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Also, Thalassocracy isn't a cheap upgrade.
No.
And he researched that.
But it was
That's,
so good that game. It was so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember he used the market a lot. It was 300 food, 300 gold, but it's probably not something you see rushed in a non-sudden death game.
Wait, did they
but,
switch?
Yeah, it worked out.
They switched their names on the draft.
What do you mean?
I have DauT with Malay and Viper with Japanese.
Same.
They freaking switched their names on the draft, bro.
They both didn't realize
But
that
then,
they picked civs from the wrong side.
But would DauT? But DauT went all random bans.
No,
DauT did
Viper
the random.
did.
No, but that's DauT's draft.
Oh, so you're saying that the actual names that they typed
Yes.
onto the draft have been switched.
They're
and
trolling
not that they
us.
picked from the wrong side. They're trolling us.
Yeah.
How have you confirmed this, or were they both just stupid and picked civs from the other person's side?
It's Viper versus DauT, dude. They're definitely trolling us.
I'm not convinced. I feel like we're gonna see like Viper go Mongols now or something.
No.
And DauT go Portuguese.
If I was Nilly, we wouldn't even play these final 4 games. It'd just be an admin loss.
Yeah, true.
The money would go
Rules are
directly
broken.
into my pocket. Yep.
Rules are broken.
I'm hiding the
admin
names
gets
on
a
the
payday.
draft. I'm hiding the names on the draft.
Okay, is that what we're doing? All right.
Yeah.
We can't allow these two to have this much power over the show here today. So we have to hide the evidence of their troll. There we go. Perfect. It still doesn't, hiding the name on the draft doesn't do much for me though. I guess we could switch sides on scoreboard. Okay. It's fine.
That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to try and ignore the name when I look at it on my screen. It's just really...
Yeah. We just...
it's just...
Using... We have to use additional brain power now because of these two, so...
I hate these guys.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Okay, well, that was fun. Scores 1-0 for Viper. And we got 4 more games, potentially.
Yep.
Best of 5 here. And DauT gets to choose the next map now. And it looks like he's gone for Mired. And, dude, Mired is going to be a lame fest. Like, Viper... Why would you pick Mired against Viper? Viper is probably one of the best at saving vills and then also blocking vills. I feel like this could be dangerous for DauT.
Well, just don't get... Does he have Goths? He doesn't. No one has Goths. They're randomly banned, I think.
Bro, the whole Civ thing is screwing with me so hard.
I know it is.
It is screwing with me so hard. Oh my god. Because I keep looking at their names on the draft, even though I remove them on screen.
I know. I gotta like get like a piece of electrical tape or something and tape it onto my monitor.
Tape over the screen. Oh,
like, do you remember? Oh, maybe not back in the day, but like, people used to tape a crosshair on their TV screen when they would play like old N64 games that didn't have crosshairs.
I don't remember that. No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, you are. It's all good. So, game 2, the map is Mired. Show match for Wandering Warriors Cup. One of the maps that we'll see there. There's 10 boars in the middle. You start with horses. And so the horses are usually used to try and block the enemy. So Viper's kind of patrolling around here, waiting for DauT. DauT is Mongols. He's going to want this hunt, but...
It's probably why he picked Mired. Remember, it's loser's pick. There's no map draft, right? He has Mongols. And...
True.
Yeah, I just wonder how quickly he gets Loom, because I feel like getting Loom early here will just save you so much hurt, although Viper will still block a Loomed villager, no problem
See,
whatsoever.
people are so stubborn because they're just like, yeah, but if I get Loom, then I'm down a Vill. Well, guess what? You're also down a Vill if you lose
If
it
you're
to
down a
Viper's
Vill.
Horse here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And now DauT's
So-
like, no way I'm picking that Boar up. Never mind. He's going for it anyway. Oh my god.
All right.
There's
well,
no
here
way,
we go.
There's no way this villager survives.
DauT, you saw Viper's Horse.
Like-
what did you think was going to happen? Oh, man. I mean, I hope people who are playing in the main event think about these moments right here. But hey, he only lost one. He gets his first Boar. And Viper on the other side, looking pretty good for him if he wants to take some boars.
Hey,
He's brought
old
one
man.
already. DauT's horse isn't around there, so Viper might be able to get a few more.
DauT has to spend all of his energy with his horse just trying to protect his own villagers.
Yeah.
But
So
DauT knows that the horse is away, so he's going to go out with another villager. Still no Loom. At this point, he's now it's sunk cost fallacy at this point. He's like, it's too late. I can't sacrifice
Exactly.
idle time to get Loom.
exactly, because now if you get Loom, now you're down 2 Vills. So
Yeah.
it's absolutely that. So it's structured so there should be around 5 on each side. It's never perfect, but you can notice there's 2 different groups essentially. And then elsewhere, there's other hunt to take. There's wood in the corners. This it really could turn into a great map. I remember some really crazy games that went imp here.
Oh, Viper's coming forward with a villager. He sees the horse from DauT, and he respects DauT's horse capabilities.
Getting
Viper's
Loom.
forward with another villager.
Yep. And DauT's not going to be happy about that. And Viper is not going to block DauT's villager. He's going to block the boars from killing his
Come on,
villager.
DauT.
DauT, you got to get your horse over here. You can't let him get away with this. This is highway robbery, dude.
Yep.
Viper's getting
And
so greedy.
look at Viper. He goes to the shoreline immediately where he can build, where he can use his villager quick walling skills to block these boars.
Yep.
DauT's going to try and block the villager. Viper's going to try and add some walls in here at some point and block the boars as well. But there's 3 boars, dude. Oh, he de-aggroes all of them, but not one.
Okay, he de-aggroes that one. Now, I'm wondering, did DauT run out of food in this moment? Because DauT not having the boars yet means he might have no food underneath his TC.
He still
this
had
wasn't
one.
about. This might not have been about stealing, but this might have been about like just keeping the food away from DauT. Like he's got nothing for the moment.
He's still doing
But
okay though. He's still doing
He's fine,
okay.
yeah.
He's bringing in 2 boars. It actually works out quite well for him. I think that's like boar number 3 and 4, and he might get the 5th, which is quite nice. And Loom is in now.
Yep. Yeah, and like res collected is still looking pretty good for DauT. So the tough thing beyond the whole boars is you have to also then try and think about how you play beyond the boar race, right?
Oh,
and
Viper takes
what you
another
need
one.
to do is you need to scout the back where you'll find the hunt, the berries, gold, stone, and the wood.
And we
But
look at their
we're
scouting.
still not quite at that point.
Neither player has any scouting on that.
Yeah.
Just all in the middle. DauT's trying to block. Okay.
It's really ambitious this close to the TC. DauT has to be careful not to be too...
Oh, it de-aggroed.
How did it de-aggro?
I don't know.
DauT has to be careful not to be too stubborn.
Oh, he's trying to block the
lose that
horse so he can
horse.
attack it now, but he's got a villager forward. And, okay, all the boars are in. Viper has plenty under the TC. Lots of weak villagers under there.
So Viper got 6, DauT got 4. Is my count
I think
correctly?
so. I think so.
Okay.
And 4 is more than enough. Like but the problem is that DauT lost the villager early, right?
Yeah, true. Well, DauT's building a barracks. And he's also dropping a mill in the back on the hunt that he found.
There are a lot of weak
So
vills.
DauT's... Yeah. DauT's going to go for a bit of a drush here. Maybe even just 1 militia to try and take out the...
I think you try and sneak a
Ibex or
range,
something?
dude. I think once that barracks is up, that'll be your second building. You click up. You try and go for an archer range and maybe sneak a tower.
Yeah.
Because I can't see what the militia or even like scouts early here are going to get you.
I really like sneak range because typically what happens here is players wall to the wood lines and to the edge.
Viper's horse.
And they try and play as safe
He
as
doesn't
possible.
see it. He didn't see the Vill. He might see the barracks,
Well,
but he didn't see the Vill.
Actually, since Viper already scouted where the
He
barracks
won't see
is,
the
he's probably
barracks.
going to follow into the darkness.
DauT,
And so
let's
he
go.
won't see the barracks. And DauT is also, like, he's in the very back corner here. If it might even be better for
Yep.
DauT if Viper walls up
Yep.
and tries to play greedy right now.
Yup. Just DauT, just keep it there. And Viper says, I put sudden death.
Oh, no! They didn't turn sudden death off.
Okay with this.
Well, okay. And DauT says Dave will lake it, which I think he meant take it, but do you lake it as well?
No, I think he meant like it. I like it,
okay.
dude. I like it. He knows me. Me and DauT have an understanding. He knows me.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Viper
we did do
making the
sudden death
farm
the
and
first time
dropping
around, so
all of his food off instead of going back to the TC.
it's kind of unfortunate for DauT that Viper's not using the corner for like this nearby area for anything. He's going to the berries really far away. He also mined stone and is now going to place a farm.
I think
So he gets the stone.
Yeah, one thing that Viper did really well here is that he's kept all of the weak villagers under the TC. If you look at their HPs, he only sent
Okay,
the full HP villagers away, except for the ones on the hunt over there. There's a weak guy there, but for the most part.
That uptime should tell Viper that something is coming, especially the way DauT is moving around with his horse right now should give Viper an idea. But oh my goodness, look how close Viper's villagers are
I know.
to seeing that archer range right now.
And does DauT see that? DauT sees everything, basically. And he
You've
sees
gotta
the
wait.
villagers over there, too.
It's painful to wait, but you have to wait until you get like 3 archers here, in my opinion.
Viper.
Because you don't want Viper to... You want to kill multiple vills with this. You don't want to give Viper time to adapt.
Viper barely doesn't see that tower, and that's where all the weak vills are, too.
Oh, true. And if the archers hit at the same time, that's an actual... That's a game plan here, right? You want 2 different attacks at the same time.
Yep.
So Viper might not react to both. DauT's going to move out with 2 archers. Not in love with that, but it might be in reaction to Viper hitting Castle Age. And here we go. Now, Viper's commerce, so he can hop inside of houses. He doesn't have any houses nearby, though. So as Viper clicks up to Castle Age, loses 1. That's only going to kill 1 for now.
And the tower goes up
But
at the
now
same
the
time.
tower's going to go up. That's Viper's only wood line. And now Viper's towering his only gold for now. And is going to hop in out of the houses and try and trap DauT with the vills. But I think this is good. Villager died to the tower.
Yep.
Underneath
like I said,
the TC.
weak ones. Weak ones. Viper is going to have very limited gold if DauT denies this tower. I don't think he will, but it's just a lot of distractions here.
Yep.
Viper's doing such a good job with the weak vills going in and the full HP vills coming out.
Like, anyone who's ever critical of Viper being too greedy, and these days he absolutely is too greedy, more sometimes, this is why, dude. Like, he could get away with it.
And he's conditioned because he did it for years. Years,
Yeah,
and no
yeah,
one
yeah.
could punish him, right? So he's just like, his brain has been conditioned to think that it can work because a lot of times it does.
So Viper has to build a lumber camp near the tower. Look how weak those villagers are, dude. If DauT can get to Lancers in this game and get into the back, that would be so funny. And then another gold has been spotted.
And look how weak Viper's
And-
eco is, too. Like, there's no res once he gets to Castle Age.
True. Yeah, I mean, when you go just straight fast castle with this many vills, it's already going to be tough. And now he's had to relocate off of so many resources. So res collected is looking really nice for
DauT's
DauT.
going around to the wood line. There's no house there. There's no house there from Viper. There's a lot of weak vills.
I don't even know what area we're talking about.
Wood line in the
Oh,
north.
that wood line. Okay. Oh, man. And DauT gets another vill pick. And behind this, DauT's eco is very exposed, so any type of counterattack could undo him. But he does have farm set up. He did have 2 different areas of hunt. So it is pretty good. It just doesn't feel like he's going to click up to Castle Age anytime soon.
The gold in the south also basically cut off, and that's Viper's gold supply at the moment. Although he does have a gold underneath that tower. Loses another villager. His villager HP is outrageous. Like,
He needs a monk.
He does.
Like, monk, I need a monk here. And Viper also can't boom. Like, you can't go for the second TC, third TC greed approach here because he left sudden death on with the settings. So DauT not going to be too scared that Viper's going to actually catch up like he might in a normal game. And Viper doesn't realize there's going to actually be scouts diving in for his Vills and
Oh
Scorpions
god,
soon.
and the Scorpions too. Yeah, this is this is so good from DauT. Like, it's sudden death or not, this is really good. I don't think Viper could have afforded a second TC even if he wanted one. Like, he had to make the Siege Workshop and the Scorpions.
DauT probably wants to kill the Scorpion if he can.
He's gonna kill so much with those scouts. Unless Viper like quick walls him in or something, which could happen.
I think he's baiting the Scorpion because you want, as he kills another villager, you want the scouts on that. You don't want to use scouts underneath the tower.
Yeah.
I know that with all the weak vills, it probably feels great anyways, but
second stable.
He's going all in, dude. He's like, I'm gonna end this right now. Viper's ram. Okay, hear me out. Let's say Viper goes with the 2 rams, 2 scorpions for DauT's TC right now. Does that actually have a chance at working?
No,
No?
not at all. DauT can sacrifice 20 vills, and while Viper is there with all of his stuff, his scouts come in and kill everything.
Okay, all right. I'm thinking like it might actually get bad enough for Viper where he has to.
The ram is coming
try
for the
and
tower,
take things out.
and now Viper's like, oh, there's a stable.
Well, DauT didn't exactly hide the fact that he is.
Viper
is
walling in the archers in the south.
That's where DauT tried to send the scouts, I think. I think he patrolled, but he patrolled into the house that Viper had there.
Oh my god. He ejected the vills that have been quarantined in there for so long. He's going to wall in the Scorpion,
And now he knows the scouts are coming, and he's going to wall in the Scorpion. So now the gold is safe.
Yeah.
And the scouts or archers can't affect that area. Classic Viper.
What a
and
nerd.
DauT now probably frustrated, but he is going to kill a Scorpion, which is what he wanted. Honestly, he could take the next one, but he instinctively ran away from the TC. And now he's going to dive for the weak vills on the gold.
Yep.
And the far side of that wood line is really the jackpot.
The ram is attacking the scout. He gets a hit, and Viper's doing hit and run with a ram. Perfect. Now is the point where sudden death really starts to hurt Viper, because he can't add that second TC as the resources, but he goes for a second Siege Workshop, and this is getting dangerous for DauT now.
I have seen Skirmer.
Skirmer!
Wow. Okay. I have seen Skirmer Scorpions, which I just combined into a new word. I've seen Skirmer do a lot of damage against feudal age all-ins. Like, if you get to like 6 or 7 Scorpions, scouts could actually be a problem. Or be in some problems. And Viper also drops University, so he wants ballistics on these Scorpions, which of course is a relatively new change.
Bloodline's coming in for DauT. That could help against the Scorps quite a bit. Forging is already in. The armor's not in, but that doesn't make the biggest difference in the world. And DauT should probably think about Castle Age. Castle Age would be huge for him, if only just to survive what's coming.
Love how DauT, even though Viper has had some amazing saves, I love how DauT just keeps going back and making Viper work.
You know what DauT should do?
Occasionally Viper can't save it.
And you'll know. You know what DauT should do here? Should add a dock, dude.
Oh, a dock just in case the Scorpions come across. Yeah,
Because the Scorpions and the Rams will come across, and he's got extra res. Like a dock with just even like 2 demo rafts.
Dude, Viper's got 2 Rams. He's definitely going to go for that TC.
Yeah.
Like, there's a certain point, and we might be there right now, after he kills this army, where he thinks, screw my eco. They're not gonna get any stronger. I got to go kill DauT before DauT gets to Castle Age.
Yeah. I'm Skirmer. I can do it.
I'm Skirmer. Yeah, well, look, he's not Skirmer. It's a group of Skirmer Scorpions.
He's Skirmering.
Yes, that's it. He's in performing the act of Skirmer.
Ballistics is coming. Oh, God.
Viper needs to bring... Listen, you bring the farmers, you put them in the Rams so you can repair them, and you make a move now to DauT's base. This is your moment, Viper.
DauT, we need demos, dude. We need a demo. You need to identify that Viper is going to come across here.
You're spot on. Doc is crazy good here.
DauT's going to go for a castle. He just needs to delay these Scorpions long enough until he's in Castle Age, and he can get Magadai. If he gets Magadai... Well, actually, Ballistic Khmer Scorpion against Magadai actually do pretty.
I don't think Magadai actually help much. I do think a defensive castle in front of your TC is good, though.
He knows Ballistics is in now, DauT.
Okay.
They're
what a great game. What a great game.
Again, it's been an amazing show match so far. DauT keeps trying to kill villagers, and Viper keeps putting them in the house at 1 HP.
Viper's lost 11, though. Is it going to be 12?
13.
It might be 13. DauT did lose a lot of his scouts,
Viper
though,
sending
Dave.
Vills with the Rams, too. Oh,
Yup.
God.
Dude, DauT, make a dock, man.
DauT,
like
we need to buy ourselves, like, a minute. 30 seconds to get up, and then you YOLO everything on the castle with every villager you have.
Oh, dude. I think delete the farms and build it directly in front of your TC.
He's running out of time, man. He's running out of time.
He's
running out of time.
Skirmishes is slow. It's okay. Delete the farms. Okay, there it is. There it is. Here comes Viper to get the kill. 4 Rams.
Oh my God.
8 Scorpions. And if the TC goes down for either, they're dead. Castle's going to go up. Just in time, dude.
I think Viper might still be able to kill this, though. From the other
Agreed.
side of the TC.
Agreed.
From the other side of the TC, DauT will need a siege workshop, and Viper's going to see that castle, and I think he's just going to go for the TC. He's going to be repairing the Rams with the villagers. The ballistic Scorpions are going to be going crazy. Magadai are coming out from DauT. I think a siege workshop is needed.
It needed to be like
in
right
front
in the
of the
front
TC.
corner
Yeah.
of the TC, where the farms were, yes. He might not have been thinking that Viper would still commit, but Viper's at 18 vills. Of course he's going to commit. Here we go. DauT, you've got to
He doesn't have enough
bro.
wood. He doesn't have enough wood.
No way he's going to run out of wood.
It's over.
He's going to run out of wood.
Bye, repair, bye. He's killing the
Dude,
Rams.
it's so close.
Oh,
Viper wins. No, Viper actually wins. 17 villagers. Some of them forward, and DauT is defeated here. Oh my goodness. Man, I mean, you got to hand it to Viper. Obviously, this was not supposed to be sudden death, but when he realized it was sudden death, at a certain point, when it got bad for him, he knew he had to make his move, and it was really the perfect time. If he waited even an extra minute to move forward there, I don't think it would have been enough. I think DauT could have added something.
Like, DauT can look at this game and think, like, hey, if this was proper settings, I probably would have won this. I would have been
100%.
fine. Like, he outplayed
100%.
Viper 100% at the beginning, even after losing the villager. Like, I think he could feel pretty good about this game, but obviously that's actually a rough way to go.
Funnily enough, like, let's say this isn't sudden death, right? I actually think Viper should still have went all in to ram and Scorpion down DauT, right?
Maybe.
Like, that's your only way to come back economically anyways. So there is a weird world where that would have actually still been the play.
Maybe.
But yeah, Viper up 2-0 here. And that, I mean, both wins so far have just been so fun. Great performance from DauT. And as you said, maybe just the fact that it was sudden death is the only reason he didn't get the win here.
If he had deleted the farms, like you said, and put the castle closer so it could range the Scorpions, then the Rams get cleared up. Or, like, instead of queuing up Magadai, you go for a siege workshop right away and a Mangonel. I don't know if he had time for that. The demos would have been amazing if he had thought of that.
The fact that the Scorpions would kill the Vills from DauT when he would go to attack the Rams was the problem here.
I know.
And if he had the castle on the front, that would not have been a reality unless Viper looped the whole way around, which would be really awkward. So yeah, the castle spot just wasn't. It didn't do him as many favors.
He used every single bonus that Khmer had there. If he didn't have Khmer, none of that game does not go very far at all for Viper. Not very far. He used the houses.
And also,
he used the farms to drop off resources and have them in weird spots. He used the extra range on the Scorpions. And the fact he didn't have to build buildings to go up. So he went up to Castle H fast. Everything.
And also, ballistics, this is new change. All Scorpions are affected by ballistics. But if that change didn't happen, DauT could, like, kite back and forth in front of the Scorpions and buy a lot more time. But when he tried that, he would just lose his scouts. So yeah. That was a masterpiece, dude. So do we need to give Viper a reminder that we shouldn't do sudden death for the next game, or are we going to continue with every game being sudden death now?
No, we'll just let it ride. We'll see what they can, if they can remember the settings.
Okay, we won't intervene.
I did tell him, like, he said, oops, it's sudden death. Like, he knew that it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, okay, got it. All right, well, that was DauT's #1 civilization pick, which doesn't feel good. I thought he played it amazing, though. It was just a great comeback from Viper. I think in normal, like in the main event for this map, I think that sneaking the Vil a forward range, just like making it messy and hitting on all sides is actually really, really strong.
Yep.
Because the meta, at least last time, was everybody was just walling and not making army. And if you have army in their walls, they've got nothing.
Yep.
So
Especially if like all those villagers are weak. Like we saw that come into play. All the vills are weak from luring the boars and the
from the
lames and
boars.
everything like that. And
Yep.
good job getting them away, but then they're a couple archer hits away from dying. Just
Someone says, I don't think we can call that a comeback. It was a Hail Mary. Yeah, but if you win with a Hail Mary, it's still a comeback. It was definitely a desperation play, but there was some level. I'm going to give Viper some credit for it being somewhat calculated because it felt like he waited till he had 4 Rams. A lot of people would maybe rush it with 2. The Scorpions had good upgrades, so DauT, based on his civs, he's got Dravidians, which would be good for water style map, and then Lithuanians, Italian, Spanish. Could go for regular Nomad here. I see that in the lobby now because you've got Spanish. I also think Italians is really a good, solid choice there.
remember, this Nomad always has one landlocked side. Doesn't have the
Yep.
water all the way around. Just like the first WWC. Which
The
we like,
occasional
which means that
ponds in the middle.
yeah, you have to like you can't just go around the other side with your water pressure, basically, which means
Correct.
that every map doesn't just evolve into trying to win water in a 1v1.
Yeah, exactly. Which on ladder Nomad at high levels, that's pretty much all that happens. You do have the occasional castle drop, but it's just you can not scout properly and still be rewarded in some ways. This one's a bit trickier. Is this best of 5 or playoff 5?
Play all 5.
Oh, nice. Okay, I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yep.
I might need to leave a bit early. If I do, I'll send you a raid, but I have 2 hours, so
Yeah, we'll be fine, dude. We got 3 more games. We'll be okay.
Yeah, so regular Nomad. Do you remember the game? I think it was the semifinals. Actually, I'm trying to remember if this was Titans League or if this was Wandering Warriors Cup now. It might have been Titans League, but it was on this version of Nomad, and it was Tato Viper. I think Portuguese and
Was Tato on a little like peninsula to the south, or maybe Viper was
yes,
there? Yeah.
and the demo on Viper's organ guns.
Yes. Yep. I think
Yep,
that was
it's a really good
WWC.
Nomad game. A really good Nomad game. I think there was also the Viper Tato series where there was a houseboat one where like the armor upgrade kicked right before like the Mangonel shot hit the plumes.
Oh, dude, we had
Your
2
best call
great
ever.
callouts. We had your armor upgrade callout, which was crazy, and the herbal medicine timing as well at the same time on that shot on houseboat. I called
Look
he
at
would get
Viper.
herbal medicine, and you called he would get the armor, which is crazy. That was a wild timing.
So game 3, playoff 5, not best of 5. So we'll
Tons.
have more games.
Has he been
And
listening to
Viper,
Twitch chat?
does Viper like does he realize there's a landlock in this version of Nomad? Because this is clearly what seems to be a Dockville. And he's continuing to walk. He had water, maybe didn't like the position. And I mean, you're at the edge of the map here, Viper. You were at the edge of the map before. And dude, if he's gonna find the other water, oh, he can't dock at the start because he's
Yeah,
Huns.
he's Huns.
Oh, duh.
And he
Duh,
knows
duh,
that.
duh. Okay,
I mean,
okay.
the amount of people I've seen when I'm casting Nomad say like, why don't they pick Huns so they get the starting horse? Like,
Yeah,
well, because
yeah.
you don't have a starting
You
dock,
can't dock.
which is the problem. But I mean, Viper will figure it out. Huns do become quite, easy to play once you get that dock up because you won't need houses, which means that you
Agreed.
don't need wood for that and you don't have to waste time on that, which means you can start expanding your fish eco. But it's a slower start with them. You can't start fishing with this villager. Can't make the fishing ships right away. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, I think they're a bit better for team games, the Huns, because you can you don't rely on that start being perfect. You don't necessarily receive as much immediate pressure in team games at times. But Viper did end up finding DauT. So he has an idea, that DauT is there. and maybe that gives him an idea of how he wants to play this. Because like Viper played really well in the past, trying to deny a castle against Spanish. I remember 2 different games. One was against Barrels, one was against somebody else in TTL, like season 2, where like you got to see Viper's whole thought process on stopping someone going unique units, and it was typically 2 docks to pressure the fish, but he would only make 2 galleys, and then it was immediately into archers to try and pressure the land as well.
Bro, you can already see like the hurt that having Huns has cost Viper already. The exploration is amazing. You can almost see the entire map so far. He's going to know where all of the resources are from DauT. He can lame the resources with this villager forward from DauT. But the problem is that he's had to have 6 villagers on food, whereas DauT could put his initial villagers in the wood, which means a fishing ship earlier, which means more food coming in, and DauT had that villager taking in food this entire time near that dock as Viper lames the boar that's nearby. And Viper has to get loom early. So DauT
and Viper's
has a
down
huge
a vill.
advantage. Yeah.
Like, he's down a vill because this villager isn't able to collect resources right now.
However,
but in the mid game, it becomes very smooth.
Yeah.
So
it's still, I mean, it still doesn't have a dock. He's going to try and make one with that vill soon. I remember playing. Oh, he's got the horse too. He's just going to lame DauT. Oh, God.
They actually made the Hun horse slower
yeah,
recently.
That won't matter here.
Well, he's pretty close to the TC. And DauT does a good job there. That's actually okay. DauT's going to weaken the boar and finish it off. Well played from DauT, because he could have been surprised by that.
Really
possibly.
Nice. I remember back on Voobly, there was a guy, he used to host 1v1 Nomad lobbies, and he was so annoying to play against because his entire strategy in 1v1 Nomad was to delay his TC till like minute 3. Or like 3.5, he'd start building, but he would explore it. He would find out where your vills are and explore every resource around your base and lame all of it. Like all of it.
One of those.
He'd be walling
ones.
you into the corner, and like if you got a good map, you beat him 100% of the time. If you got a crappy map, like you were, and Nomad maps used to be bad back in the day. Like you were done, dude.
Yeah.
All of your hunt was killed. All your sheep were taken. Every gold was walled in. It was just
Dave.
brutal.
Viper, instead of killing the boar out there, he's taken them both down to 3 HP. So when DauT does get out there, DauT kills it with his first shot. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, dude. I don't think I've ever seen that. He said that way DauT thinks everything is fine.
That's such a flex. Oh my god. I almost want to have DauT stream up for when he does it.
Like, I mean, DauT could see one of them, so I think there's a good chance it happens. I have never seen that before. How do you even do that? Did he palisade trick it then at the end, I guess? Or no, he just stopped firing.
He just stopped firing.
And
the
then
board de-aggroed
probably waited
and,
until it. Yeah.
That's just
man.
hilarious, bro. That is just I've never seen that before. That's such a flex. And you're like, DauT can still take the food, like 35 from it or whatever, but he just can't bring it home.
It does kind of ruin. Yeah, you can't bring it home, and then it kind of ruins your plan. Because right now, DauT is making decisions based on the fact that he thinks he gets that extra 340 food.
Yeah. The only way DauT can bring these back is if he sees it's weak, he waits till feudal age, he makes a skirmisher, and that does 2 damage to the board, and he brings it in. Although you have to attack, I think you have to attack the board twice for it to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the new meta starts to form once this becomes common.
Viper's like, has it worked yet? Has it worked yet? No, it hasn't worked yet.
You know he's so disappointed. So bummed that boar hasn't been taken yet.
DauT had another boar behind, and DauT, I mean, put the mining camp in between the two, brother. Come on, you got it for the fans.
That's more efficient for the goal.
To the north.
I really like this mining camp from DauT.
Shut up.
If it was 1-1, I would actually change my mind. But it's 2-0, dude.
Shut up.
He needs the efficiency. DauT does not know where Viper's docked. Viper actually docked a little bay here. And he's actually dropping a second dock himself. But yeah, the Spanish start is way better than what we've seen here from Viper with the Huns.
Viper has full knowledge of everything DauT is doing. And I don't know if it's going to do him any good. Really. I mean, he flexed on the boars, and DauT didn't even take those. And he's gonna find where DauT is adding the docks, and DauT might go for some water pressure there. Viper's, as far away from that as can be.
Well, that's actually the biggest point here, because DauT is just blindly, with no scouting on it, going galleys, assuming he's going to find Viper's fish. He's a very long distance from Viper's fish. And Viper now knows that, too. Viper just saw the second dock. So I think Viper's going to have a bit of time to work with here. Should be able to make some fires to defend from the galleys by the time the galleys get there. And then might be able to go fast castle here, which DauT is not going to be able to pull off.
Unless he thinks, oh, wow, maybe with that boar, I can get the food that I need to go fast castle.
Yeah, true. And then he sends the villager out. But this is kind of to our point right before on this version of Nomad, right? Scouting with sheep is so important.
Yeah.
And just gambling that you're going to find your opponent's fish is what DauT's doing here. And it's not going to work out as well as
he's only made 3 galleys
on the ladder.
He's not hard committing to it. And he's adding fish now because he sees Viper isn't up yet. So then a fire galley comes out. That'll probably be to just protect the fish at home while he runs around with these galleys looking for the docks. But now he's going to transition into a fast castle attempt as he goes for the stone walls here.
Ooh, this is cute from DauT because he can stonewall that and not really take any risks beyond taking this hunt. He thinks this back corner where the stone and gold is kind of his safe space. And he knows Viper's probably going to go cav archers.
Honestly, Viper's just hanging out near these boars. Like, when's he going to do it? When's he going to do it?
I know, right?
I think DauT's not going out for the boars or for that boar because of Viper's horse. He's nervous about it.
Maybe. I mean, you can transition with like 11 fish soon. You could still transition to Castle Age fairly nicely without it. But right now, DauT is just like,
Viper's
oh my god, where is he?
Oh my god.
Where is this guy?
1,000 food for Viper. He'll
Look at
probably
all the
lose
sheep he has too.
the fish soon. Yeah, I mean, that's huge. He's using the benefits that the Huns have, and this is what, all the chatters envision when they think of the Huns on Nomad.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
well,
yeah,
you
full
have to
vision,
remember,
everything,
the average player can't perform a Nomad start at pro level.
Yep.
Right? The average player. So I think the Huns feel so much more smooth there. But this is the stage of the game where it's absolutely feeling like Huns could do some pretty crazy things.
Viper's going to lose his fish.
If DauT checks...
Oh, God, of course he went that way.
How does Viper get away with it?
I don't know.
Do we give Viper credit?
Map hacks,
for that?
dude. Map hacks.
Or is that...
DauT might be thinking, like, maybe he didn't dock with Huns.
Yeah, true. True.
Maybe the score is all exploration, but DauT's exploration is actually really nice right now.
Yeah. And now Viper is going to make the fire. Like, I would think ideal world for Viper, you actually sneak a dock down near the docks from DauT.
Yeah.
And you still get war galleys, so you can defend and attack with that.
DauT's doing a really good job expanding
galleys.
his fish. He's finally found it, but the fire galley's coming out, and no fletching yet from DauT.
From DauT. And okay, he kills the fishing ship. He's got 12 of them. So DauT's still in a very nice spot. Nice transitions here. And there are going to be a couple archers from the Viper. I think DauT's expecting that because of how he's walled up.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's going to be much to do for Viper beyond the first initial opening with the archers before DauT just leaves the food.
I mean, it'll be cav archers, and look at what DauT's done. It's either house walls or stone walls protecting his base.
Yeah.
Siege Workshop from Viper.
Viper's going to go siege, try and maybe deny the eventual castle here for DauT. Viper did scout the back corner, so he knows there should be stone available back there for DauT, but he doesn't know he's on it. And here are the archers for Viper with fletching, but DauT reacts right away. And DauT's actually going to add a scout now so he can get some vision, which I think is good. So lots of moves happening here. Viper is going to try a sneak dock. We'll see if that works. DauT, if he patrolled the fire, should find the Vil, but he didn't patrol it, Dave. So that could be fire ship production from Viper right on DauT's fish.
He sees it, but I don't think you can deny that dock with just fires. He sees it now. He's coming back for it. Let's see if he can surround the villager from both sides with the fire galleys. Might be able to kill
I think
it.
he can.
Yeah. Burn!
That's big
Nice, dude.
because Viper is already focusing on pressure, but it could have given him an opportunity to get 5 to 10 kills that really he shouldn't get from here.
Okay, here comes the castle.
DauT, learn from the previous game. And yeah, that's about as safe as you can get it. Could place it to the right more.
I would have rather had it to the right. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have Loom, right? Or he does have Loom now. Okay.
What?
He does have Loom. Yeah.
I like the Knight edition. It's actually Knight with armor as well, so it kills off some of the archers. The castle is Spanish builders, so he's going to complete it here.
And Viper will lose the
Goes
fish.
up.
He needs to put wood and gold into his army, and suddenly Viper's thinking, okay, Huns were good for a while, but now I'm up against Spanish, and this is getting a little rough. And he has the fishing eco from before, and Viper tried to sneak another villager out to that dock, but DauT's not letting him.
Yeah, like, the fish are funding the Conquistadors and the Vills right now. So if DauT still has that, he can produce the Vills out of 2 TCs. He can produce the Conks. It gets tough, though, if you lose fish, or even if you try and go 3 TCs. It does really get tough to mass a lot of Conks. So I think that Cav Archers out of 3 ranges can be competitive here and keep Viper in it, even though he's lost most of his fishing.
These house walls and stone walls are going to help DauT so much over just the palisades, because Viper's got good pressure here. And if it was just palisade walls, he'd be in, and DauT would be having problems. But I think DauT's going to be fine if he walls up behind this.
So someone's asking what's better here, like Cav Archers or Conk. So obviously it is situational. It depends. Like, it's way easier to mass the Cav Archers, and they're affected by ballistics. But if the Conks land their shots, they are the superior unit. They just wreck. They do so much more damage, 16 damage. So we'll see how the fights go. But Viper's rushing the upgrades for this reason, and he's got ballistics on the way now. I also think taking out DauT's blacksmith before DauT gets any armor on the Conquistadors is actually a pretty nice thing there for Viper. That's going to help out a lot. Honks and Knight moving for DauT. We'll find a Viper dock. Viper should know this is coming.
He's got Cav Archers behind with ballistics, but it's only 3. You need numbers up against Conks.
Yep.
There go a couple Vills.
Just like that. And DauT moving in with the confidence that the Conquistadors bring you. But gotta say it again, he doesn't have any armor. So the Pierce armor is not great. No bloodlines either, which he had the stable. He had the blacksmith. He lost both the stable and the blacksmith.
Yep.
That's really annoying.
I like the fact that Viper is using his Cav Archers to snipe the fishing ships now from DauT. That's a nice touch.
Good.
Like, he doesn't have Navy, can't afford to invest into Navy again. And might as well just use the Cav Archers with the ballistics. That's going to be annoying for DauT as he adds more fish. He did sneak in gill nets as well, DauT.
DauT loses his Conquistadors, though, in the north. That's going to leave him with
losing
just
his
a couple left.
His Viper as well. Now the horse goes down. He's like, get out of here. Hate that thing.
If Viper notices that DauT has docked on the very left side, that's huge. But DauT redocking and sneaking the fish has helped him a lot to keep those fishing ships working for now. Nice eco lead for DauT, but that's got to translate into military. Can you consider maybe an elite skirm switch right now if you're DauT? Instead of sticking with Conks?
You could go into Scorpions, which he's doing. Like, and then keep making the Conks. You have more than enough on food. Eventually, you sneak a castle a little further forward as well and defend the entire base, and then you have double castle Conk production with full fish behind. Sounds pretty good to me.
I really think Viper needs to get that second TC here soon. His eco's good enough to support it. I know that he's focusing a lot on the attacks, but he is falling behind. That's acceptable if the fights continue to go good. But DauT's got some Scorpions now. Nice repairs. And he hops out with Conks. Still, man, no bloodlines, no armor for DauT's Conks. It could be so
if he
much
deletes
better
that lumber
right
camp and puts another castle here to the left of the TC, like, this is a pretty unbreakable base for him. And then you have double castle Conk production with some gold to spare behind.
Then it would basically just come back to, like, space for DauT.
There's the second
he'll
TC
just
for
run
Viper.
out of space. Yep. Viper should be able to go 3 and even 4 at this point with how many villagers he has. And, oh, man, the Scorpions. Getting nice value here for DauT.
346 damage from that one Scorpion. 363 now. That's crazy, dude. It adds up so quick.
And the Conquistadors here in support. DauT's still losing them pretty quickly, but the Siege Edition has been nice, and Viper is going to have to stop another castle from DauT. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh. Feels like every time we cast the guy, this is always a conversation. This is such a risky spot for DauT. He could lose his whole lead. He loses his Mangonel.
And he doesn't get any damage.
No,
he's got Spanish builders. Remember, he's got Spanish builders. He's got Spanish builders. If he has to commit. He has to commit. He must.
And he'll get it. And then he can actually kill both the Mangonels. He pushes Viper back. And Viper can't really push anymore. DauT's still a 20 so eco lead. But Viper with full map control. Viper's got, if you don't count the water, Viper's got maybe, I don't know, 70% of the land.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good spot to be in if this game goes to Imp, which it feels like it might.
DauT does not see the gold to the right of his base.
Ooh.
That actually hurts a lot. I think if he had expanded out there, like he could have added a TC and then he'd feel pretty secure in the fact that he has a long-term gold supply. But right now you're looking at DauT's perspective. He still has gold left, sure, but it's dwindling.
So Viper just now checking the left corner is going to see the fish. Funnily enough, DauT just redocked right next to Viper's base.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past DauT to build a sneak stable or something with that dock villager right there.
I think Viper's
But
sending
Viper
the ram to go clear up his
know.
docks. Yeah.
Yeah, like Viper can't do a lot of damage to DauT on land right now, so it feels like the natural move to try and find the fish. And it could have worked so much better, the Cav Archers against the fishing ships.
Bloodlines is coming in. Armor's going to be coming in soon. +2 armor and Bloodlines on the Conks. Pretty good against Cav Archers.
And DauT's got, like, sure, he's had 14 fishing ships, but he's got 22 farms now, too.
Yep.
So he has a crazy economy compared to Viper. Viper only has 16 on food. So
Classic
DauT,
Viper style, though. Coming forward to steal his relic early. Nice.
Yep. Of course. And in Imp, I think the matchup's pretty close. A lot of it comes down to how much gold the Spanish has. If the Spanish have enough gold to go Paladins, combine that with trash, I guess the Huns could do that as well. But I think the Spanish late game, especially with water control and cannon galleons, is definitely a bit better than the Huns.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where Conks are dangerous now. Still didn't get the armor, actually, so maybe not as much.
Oh, DauT. Be careful, dude.
Bloodlines made such a big difference. They aren't going down quite as quickly. He also has his siege here. And DauT could build another castle now. Which, if he knew about the gold on the right, I'd be completely fine. Like, he maybe even take the hill to the north of his current castle. Yeah, right there.
DauT's about to
castle conk
lose his fishing dock. Like, I guess there's a demo and some fires there, so the ram can't really take it out that easily. As the ram's on the left side now. But still, that's his, like, only dock left with fish nearby. And he's invested so much into the fishing ships. But like you said, he's got the farms now. He's got a lot of farms. He's got 28 farms.
Yeah, and you just want the fish boom to give you the 3 TCs. And then at that point, the fish don't necessarily matter as much. Look how good the conks actually are now that upgrades are in.
+2 coming, too, for the armor. Oh, man. Double castle conk production is wild. Imp is on the way from Viper. It might be too late.
I wonder if DauT could think of maybe just grabbing those fishing ships and pulling them to the east and just building another dock there.
Yeah,
it should be pretty easy to do that.
I think he should.
But
bring
he's
in the Navy now
with the push.
to help his army. Good eco upgrades here for DauT. Bracer will hurt. With Viper's micro, Bracer will hurt a lot against DauT.
Yep. I mean, these Cav Archers still 3 minutes away from getting Bracer, and the conk numbers almost spot on with the CA number. Big mango shots here for DauT, and Viper
can't win that.
Struggling to keep up with these conks. These conks are just way too strong right now.
This is the ideal situation for DauT, and the situation he's trying to get himself in every game, where he has an army that's so strong he doesn't need to micro it. You know?
Yep.
He can just sit still, and the other players can dance around him, and it doesn't mean anything because his eco is set up. So he's got that eco set up, and he's on the way up to Imp soon. We'll see what Viper can do, but it looks like DauT's going to get a win on the board.
I mean, there's still the window with Bracer, and I love DauT, but he does overextend at times. So maybe
really?
if this group of Conks goes down, maybe if he gets a little too excited, he could lose this group. That's what Viper's hoping for. He's hoping not to allow this group to escape right now. But DauT's not going to shy away from any fights at the moment. And yeah, this, like, DauT, I think, is still somewhat okay with how these fights
He's
have
coming
gone.
forward with the castle in a good position. Viper is coming forward as well. He's thinking about a castle, but the villagers are going to run into the army from DauT, and the Conks are still winning this fight, it looks like, maybe.
Yeah, just too much attack. Too much attack. And there's going to be Navy there. Viper will drop his castle further back so he can make some trebs soon. But Viper's not going to have cav archers, it looks like.
Will DauT discover this?
Oh, man.
He sees it. He sees it. He sees the castle.
Mangonel's there. Conks could loop around. DauT needs to kill the cav archers. He needs to stay there. Get every cav archer killed he can. Viper, quick gate. DauT, he really wants to deny this castle right now. He's going to get through. The castle's at 80%. It might not go up. It's at 90 now. Dude.
That's so many
even
villagers.
Just this damage.
Yeah.
Even just this damage and delaying the castle is so worth it because Viper hasn't been able to make a treb yet.
Oh my god. I mean, DauT lost his entire army, but he's got 4 castles to produce conks now. And he's got the eco to do that. So Viper will be an imp.
Trebs.
Oh man.
DauT just backs way into the castle. He hits imp as well, and Viper's got to be like, ah, man, like, how did he produce that many conks?
Supremacy immediately was DauT's play.
And that was getting supremacy. Viper probably sensed it.
Yeah.
And knew he needed to tap out.
He's like, I'm about to get clowned on.
From there, DauT was going to give him a taste of his own medicine and troll him a little bit with that big of a lead. So DauT gets a win on the board, finally. He played very well here, and I think what we didn't really talk about as much, because we've had a different speed almost to this in the tournament, is just you got to somehow take Spanish off of stone, or you have to kill their fish, one or the other. And Viper wasn't able to do either. The only time he did really think about trying to kill DauT's fish, it was just with a sneak dock. So a Viper could have. I mean, he knew exactly where DauT had docked because he saw the docks with the horse. He could have changed his approach. But maybe that was DauT's approach. That's why DauT maybe went Navy. Because he's like, Viper will try and go Navy against me. I'll have some protection for my fish.
I think, like...
And great job from DauT to stay in that corner, too. That was really smart.
Viper showcased what can be done with the Huns in 1v1 Nomad, which I thought was interesting. Really interesting start, right? Obviously, you're not going to weaken the Boars to 3 HP. You're probably going to kill the Boars instead. But it's really fascinating what you can do with the horse. Unfortunately, it's not enough, right? Even with DauT not going fast castle in the conks, which I think would have just killed Viper if he had done that. Even with him going water and staying in feudal age longer, it still didn't matter.
This game is very different if DauT doesn't stonewall and doesn't have a back stone.
Yes.
Like that back stone, back gold area, he used so perfectly.
It's also,
you're not going to get that every time.
I mean, it's also different if Viper doesn't literally dock the furthest way away from DauT. I don't know if that was planned. It might have been, honestly, because he had scouting on where DauT was.
Yeah. That was a good game. I like that a lot.
That was fun, yeah.
Yeah, I would put Huns, like, Huns are really going to depend on the draft, I think, in the main event. I think they will be drafted, but if a lot of the big ones are banned out, right? And Huns could be great on, like Huns on Mired could actually be pretty sick. I don't know how that works, because then you get an extra horse. But no one's going to complain about 2 horses to block.
Huns on Mired.
Huns on some of the maps.
Huns also get Dromans on Mired, which is cool.
Yeah. So do Armenians.
Goths are
I'm
good
curious
on Mired
to see the
too,
mule cart. The mule cart on Mired with all the hunt around.
Yeah. I think it's more, honestly, the mule cart's better for exploring at the beginning. You explore at the beginning with the mule cart, so your horse can be busy. You just shift to it everywhere, and then you have all that information, so your horse can constantly be in the center.
So it's an extra scout, basically. Yeah. Or you pick Huns, and then you have your scouting horse and your blocking horse.
I mean, that's just
I don't know if we've
that's
seen
just
that
too
since the
much to
change.
do, dude.
A double horse.
Click auto scout and hope for the best. Hope it doesn't go right
Well,
to the least effective corner.
yeah, I actually don't even hate that. Just auto scouting one, so you could
Mhm.
focus on the other, because it's going to scout a decent amount of the map.
Yeah.
So it should be Viper's choice of
Piece
map,
of pizza. Let's go,
and he's going to
dude.
go piece of pizza.
Now, I was testing this out. I was loading it up when we were looking at the maps, and I was just testing out like what the effective start is, and I'm still not clear. I've watched this map a bunch in JMB and some other tournaments, but it gets difficult because you gotta spend wood to drop the TC with 2 villagers in one segment. Then you spend wood for a lumber camp in another segment. And then you don't have enough wood for like a house and a lumber camp in another one. So you gotta like build a lumber camp somewhere, then hunt somewhere else, then build a lumber camp to drop off the food from another spot. It's weird.
It's yeah, it's going to take some practice.
Yeah.
Right? I think, like, in terms of practice sets, you might want to play this map 3 times the amount of times you play other maps,
Yep.
because you need to encounter what happens if starting TCs go in different areas, right?
Or
And there's
what
3
what if
different
you get
areas. So,
drush somewhere, or what if someone chops
yeah,
through early and then there's it's a really
I'm
interesting one. Really, really interesting.
I'm really interested just in general. The bracket's going to be out Friday. 128 players. We've got most of all the big names signed up. I think there's still the left to sign up. We'll eventually talk about the bracket, but like first rounds are best of 3, dude. And there's some players who are out there, 2K, 2K1, 2K2. They know they're underdogs, but in a best of 3 on Nomad maps,
Yep.
when there's a lot more adaptation, especially when big names usually think they can get through the first round or 2 without practicing too much. It could be really interesting. And we know, like, we could rattle off like 5 to 10 names of people who could be really dangerous, and their elo don't necessarily represent their skill on Nomad.
Here comes
So
Eli, dude.
I'm excited. Yeah, dude. Eli's the guy I thought of, man.
Yeah.
Um, Eli, I'm excited to see DauT again. For whatever reason, there's a lot of like US guys who crazy on Nomad. Like you got like Ray out there.
Yep.
Ray's like maybe 1900 2K. He took it to the final game against Slam a couple years ago. And I remember the nerves from Slam were so obvious in that third game, but Slam ended up getting the job done. So
Me and Ray used to rip Nomad 1v1s all the time back on Voobly.
yeah, man.
Play like 10 in a row.
Do you remember, this would have been 2015, 2016, that one Nomad game you played where I spectated, and the only like I can see the game. It was really messy, ran out of resources almost, but you didn't have horsepower like the whole freaking game. And when it ended, I was like, bro, your farms kept receding without horsepower. Does that ring a bell for you at all?
No, dude, that's so many games.
That could have been.
You'll have to be more
all your
specific.
games. Well, it was the only time that like I immediately talked shit to you about it.
The problem
So.
with like my eco approach for so many years is that I played Europe map before RM. Before I ever played RM, I played Europe map, which is like so much gold, so much wood. It's fast speed, and you're basically focused on getting it like 8 town centers up, booming up to it.
Yeah, it's so different.
Like military, right? And its resources are unlimited, so you're not thinking about like horse collars. Pretty like useless technology there.
Yeah,
and you're fishing, right? So I never used to get horse collar at all. Like, never. It took me years, dude. Years to get horse collar.
Okay, here we are. Maybe the map we're most excited for in the main event of Wandering Warriors Cup, Peace O Pizza. And you got 3 areas. You've got 2 villagers in each area, and you have to decide on what you do. We have both players decide to TC the same area. We got Viper, Portuguese in the yellow. We got DauT, Lithuanians in the blue. But TC's in the northwest, and then the vills elsewhere have to decide on what they do here.
DauT looking for? DauT is going for a mill on the goats, the ostrich, and an elephant. It's like a circus over here for this mill. Yep. And then he's going to lumber camp to cut through to the north side. He has TC'd the north side as well, and 2 berry patches. Very, very nice. And Viper has TC'd there too. So He's going to take advantage of the Portuguese to bring in the wood from that extra food. And DauT's going to take advantage of the fact that he gets 100 food immediately.
DauT, don't lose your Vil to
He's
this
gonna be,
Rhino.
he'll be fine, maybe. I don't know. It is DauT.
He was trying to use the sheep to block.
Oh, he has no wood. He has
really
no wood.
smart.
He has no wood for a palisade.
Oh, he's fine. That's risky, though. With no wood for a palisade, that was super risky.
And now he has no house. I think DauT has not practiced this map in a very long time. He's like, oh, this is going to be genius. I'm going to outthink everybody. No.
Yeah, true.
Kind of need the wood, dude.
Well, he just... Okay, snagging loom early.
Yeah.
And he says, what are Vil War rules 11?
That's because he got loom. Stay away from me, says Viper. Oh, God.
DauT wants to party, I guess, and yeah, now he's got loom. So I think what DauT is doing here with the lumber camp is kind of similar to Viper. I think that we're gonna see players do this where they try and open up a passage towards their TC area, because you're not gonna chop wood with the TC villagers.
I mean, that
food usually.
If you're trying to do that though, that's a horrible position to put it in if you're DauT, because that's the worst, literally the worst lumber camp you could have made to do that. Unless you also want to chop through to the other side.
Yeah. Well, Viper is taking gold, which is really crazy in Dark Age. I wouldn't have expected that at all. So maybe I could tell he took some hunts and got a bit of a food spike after building the mining camp. But, like, I would have probably preferred DauT's opening, because he's built a mill in an area where he has the rhino or elephant.
Yeah.
And then also the 4 goats, and then also the ostrich. So that's really good.
You can tell that these builds are not optimized. Viper now makes a mill over in the bottom wedge. It's kind of like they're getting some practice here. They haven't done the practice sets or anything like that. They haven't really thought about it, especially with DauT start not having any wood. But they're just, you know, working their way through ideas as they go, which is cool to see.
The most recent time this map was used in a tournament, it was 9 start, and it was also, there were like shorefish in the middle of the
stones
stone.
and golds. Yeah.
So I think maybe that was part of some confusion for both of them, because this is more of the standard version. So
it is a cool map, though. I love the name too, like Peace O Pizza. Like, it's a peace sign, but it's also a pizza, and there's like pieces.
Yeah, creative.
Yeah, and it's nice.
So DauT just found out that Viper is here. And you see the 2 houses, that should tell you that that's a TC. And Viper doesn't know where DauT is.
He's exploring now.
What DauT's plan is. So
Gonna send the cow back. I think he also might try and lumber camp on the other side. No, he's bringing a boar. Okay, he was looking for a boar.
Yeah. But there's a lot of meat here, dude. Like, DauT's on his 3rd. He's got a 4th saved, I think. You've got the berries. You've got the, you know, the zebra, the deer. Like, Fast Castle feels really easy here if you want to try it. But then if you do that, then maybe you lose out on some map control. Maybe going scouts could be good. Then again, it's also super weird because there's no stone and gold where most of your villagers are. You got to adapt a lot here.
Yep. Yeah. And that's the problem. If you want to go for like a castle drop or something like that, all the stone is in the south. Yeah. Where you really only have 2 villagers unless you chop through early. So DauT's trying to chop through early there. Yeah, but you have to wait for Castle Age before you TC here. And like, you're not TCing here at the beginning because there's no food.
You know what might be kind of smart is if you TC the edge, so you have a wood line, and then you don't need the lumber camp right away, and then you naturally cut through into the other section very early. So kind of where Viper built his lumber camp, or where DauT built his lumber camp, because then you could start in the stone area and cut through to the food area, or even better, start in the food, cut through to the stone.
Yeah.
That might be a good approach there.
DauT's going for a barracks in the south. So I think he looks at the civ from Viper, and he's like, okay, Viper will probably want to go for like organ guns or something. So maybe I shut this down early with some militia and try and control that, and then I chop through and try and get them to the front side potentially.
Yep, really smart. You want to keep the Portuguese player off of stone. So he could add spearmen to kill those vills, and then he's actually adding a stable on the other side. So DauT is going to try.
Yep.
This is wild. So he's built his military buildings in the sections where he knows Viper doesn't have a TC.
And
so
he
he's
might-
going for 4 kills.
He might make an
I
archer
guess.
range in the other piece too. Imagine that, dude. Stable in one, barracks in one, and archer range in the other. And he's got outposts telling him exactly where Viper is. The spearman is here. Is going to get plenty of exploration. He's going to see the 2 villagers. So that tells him that Viper is not going to be on the stone, and there's no loom on those vills.
Yeah, but like it's Viper. You don't dude. You don't give Viper a heads up
Yeah.
that melee units are coming.
DauT's coming with a vill. He's like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
I'm coming in.
Is he gonna tower that? Is it worth towering? The spearmen are actually hitting through the corner.
No, you wall it in. You force Viper to do something. Yeah,
Okay,
just wall this in. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Aggressive play from DauT. Now he's using his scouts on the other side to try and find Viper.
it's a
Viper's not gonna
stable.
expect that.
It's a stable to the left wedge. I was so hoping he would go for an archer range, dude. That would be so cool.
And Viper's going fast castle. He should be able to click up, but Viper obviously might lose the gold miners. DauT's going to be so annoyed that these 2 vills are still working right now.
He's towering. Wall in the mining camp. Otherwise, Viper's just going to leave, delete it, and then wall out the spearman again.
Look at Viper. He's going to the other gold now, and he knows to wall up. So Viper walls in villagers on gold. Is DauT going to have to make another tower to kill vills there? Feels like he might have to.
I mean, there's still no loom for Viper, which is kind of crazy, but hey.
Well, DauT is going to kill 2 vills, guaranteed. He has the food underneath his TC. He's got Hunt around.
Guaranteed, eh? Guaranteed? What? This is why you wall in the mining camp.
Well, he gets 1.
He ain't going to kill this one. Sorry.
No. Oh, dude, that's so annoying. Well, now you fully wall that villager in.
Now wall in the vill.
Oh, Viper deletes. And Viper traps the spearman. You got to wall in the vill DauT before Viper has an opportunity to flex on you like this. He doesn't even know. DauT doesn't even know it just happened. Viper's laughing right now.
Oh my god, dude.
Classic Viper. And now the vill might get walled in.
God.
Dude, the vill might get... Viper definitely wants to wall in
the tower's
vill.
there.
Oh, the tower.
Oh my god.
Oh, but the vill dies through the corner.
Stabbed in the back. See you later, loser. And DauT's never been happier about anything in his entire life.
Dude, he also killed a villager through the corner. Viper is pissed about this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because this is like... It was just talked about in Nations Cup the other day, too, of how, like, there's that one range hit from melee units sometimes.
That TC ain't going up for Viper. He's trying to build a TC. He said corner hit abuser. He's not happy.
Yeah, Viper's not happy about the fact that hasn't been fixed. Does that tower range the vill?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, because I'm at like 95%. I feel like there's a very slight chance that doesn't have enough.
No, it's got enough. And Viper will have invested...
Viper can just delete his mining camp. Viper can, if he notices this, he can delete his mining camp.
He still has no loom,
house.
He's not going to survive.
It's kind of big deal he does for Viper's chances. If Viper saves this, okay, it goes down. That's
also,
huge.
DauT is stonewalled the top, but he's missed a tile on the right side.
True.
And he's not noticing this.
DauT also hasn't mined gold himself. You know, he's put a lot of focus on killing those 4 villagers from Viper.
Yeah.
And so DauT's got to get to Castle Age at some point. He still doesn't have the resources for it. I think Viper on 2 TCs can actually pull ahead of DauT pretty quickly here. Look at his eco upgrades.
Yeah. DauT's gonna have a lot of exploration from these outposts, though. The outposts are really huge for him. Yeah. Still doesn't have enough exploration to realize that he's got a 1 tile gap in that wall, but I mean, we'll figure it out.
Take some more hunt. DauT needs a market to get gold, so we'll probably sell off wood to get enough gold to click up to Castle Age. And he might panic a little bit because he sees Viper's got a siege workshop, and I'd be thinking like, Viper's going to go crazy with Siege again, like he did that other game when he fell behind because he killed 4 Vills already.
Okay, he went
And
through
DauT,
the
your
one tile
Vills just
gap.
went through.
There we go.
Okay, yeah.
All part of the plan. So DauT's going to click up here. He sells. He's up to Castle H. He does have villagers over where the gold and the stones are. Viper does not, but Viper is chopping through and should have villagers there fairly soon.
Look at the TC position from Viper. This is what we talked about. So he will chop through in no time.
DauT's going to chop through to the outside, like the outside.
Yeah.
Which is great. There's plenty of res out there, and it's very safe.
And if you get around the outside and then wall off the other guy from cutting through, it could be really strong as well.
Viper now going
to
for
keep them
double
trapped.
stable. Might be thinking Knights once he chops through, but he still hasn't chopped through yet. So maybe even like just light cav or something like that. His population is still fairly low. Like he's just caught up to villagers with DauT.
Yeah, I think DauT will want to chop through sooner rather than later because DauT, it won't feel all that nice to build the TCs with the other Vills when you only have 2 in each group. I wouldn't hate that, like especially a TC on the right side where all that gold is. That's where you want a TC ASAP.
DauT is really prioritizing chopping through, but he's still like 200 wood, 250 away from getting through there.
Yeah, it's going to take time.
Yeah.
That's going to take a lot of time. So there's no relics in the middle areas, I'm just realizing, and they're all on the outside. So that's also another reason for DauT to want to be out there as the Lithuanians.
God, this set has had everything, dude. I've really enjoyed this.
It's been great. It's been great. I mean, the map variety's been so nice as well, and I mean, it's just so different than the traditional tournament. That's why we've been so pumped for this.
It's a good show match,
think,
even with the sudden death stuff. It's a good one to promote the tournament for sure.
Yeah. Viper just going to get loomed now because he knows that now DauT could come in with something, and he saw DauT stable had flags on it. So that's going to be light cap for DauT, obviously. And there's the TC for DauT on the right side, so that's where he's going to get access to gold. And then he will aim to chop through here rather shortly. But light cap in the middle for DauT.
Light cav are out. Viper built some more houses because he was housed there for a second. And he got wheelbarrow. And DauT's going to kill the houses in the south. So he's going to be housed again. So annoying times here for Viper.
Viper has spears, though, so he knew it would be light cav. DauT, I wonder if he's realizing the possibility that Viper could cut through into the stone area, because Viper's just moments away from being through.
But DauT is going for a TC down there, so he will have some defenses. That TC will probably go up in time. And he's... God, I wish he would just expedite the villagers in the north a little bit more. Like, chop through the outside there.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's
I mean,
tough,
you'd have
yeah.
the shift queue, and you don't want to shift queue that stuff when you got a million other things to look at right now. So, but it does feel like if he was on the outside and he really wanted to get crazy with it, we could be talking like a couple relics for DauT, 4th, 5th TC out there, lots of resources.
Just gonna go more light cav. Handcard on the way for Vipers, so really efficient eco here. Good economy upgrades here for him, and he's chopping it as well. They might just meet on the outside.
Yeah, that could be really cool. Yeah, Viper's just as close as DauT as it feels like. Maybe DauT's a little bit closer. And Viper's free. Okay. So first time we've had someone truly cut into another section. Viper will find gold he hasn't had. He's going to find stone he hasn't had. He's not going to find relics with that monk. He's hoping. But that's not going to happen. He's also going to find that DauT has built a TC over here, which is not what you want to see at all.
I think you could assume that, though. I mean, did he not? Oh, he didn't have town watch on the house, so he didn't know. Okay.
On the house, yeah. And sees it now. Do you pressure this right away? Because, like, this is an area with all the stone. Do you immediately make a siege workshop to try and pressure this? I don't know.
I think it's tough, right? Because you also lost out on the other side, which also has random piles of stone. You can see the occasional one tile. So it's...
Yeah.
It's like, is it worth the commitment for the 3 villagers that are down here? Especially when DauT might be chopping to the outside and DauT is pushing you in the middle. I don't, it's so weird. You have like 3 different areas you have to think about. Maybe 4, actually. 4 different areas.
Both players seem to be taking the long-term adapt everywhere approach, though. Because I do think we're going to see some people, especially in the early rounds, just hard commit to killing someone in one area because they're trapped. So some people might say that's what DauT did here, but I think like some type of all-in focus where they both build the TCs, if that happens, would be kind of expected. Pikeman for Viper. I'm really liking Viper's position here. He's got more Vills, Pikes with light cav. It'll probably force DauT to eject his siege at the wrong time.
DauT's trying to delay until he has 2 mangonels, and then he can try and take this fight.
But when there's Pikemen,
okay,
I guess if you attack the Pikes, it's okay.
He'll get the other Scorpion as well. Oh, he's going after the Pikeman right away with his mangonels. He gets another Scorpion, but his mangonels do die.
Yep, and the Pikeman.
And Viper has escaped to the outside, but so has DauT. DauT will have a light cav there, and they escape at the same time.
Yep, DauT noticed it as well. So Viper has to be paranoid about that.
Can Viper make a TC there? I think it's flat enough, right? Yeah, he can.
Yep, he should be able to, and he finds the gold.
She dies.
DauT's going to make a TC on the gold at the same time. 5 villager difference. Might be a bit of a race for a castle between their main ecos, right? Like, if Viper can get a castle down now where DauT's Siege Workshop is, that's a big problem for DauT.
Look at them both floating wood. They're just struggling to use it. They're trying to chop through so many places.
Yeah.
Really struggling with the eco balance. And now Viper, seeing all the wood, seeing the potential to add farms, adding more TCs, and sending his own light cav now out to the side where DauT is adding TCs. This is going to be a late game slogfest, I think.
DauT ran out of stone on the 2 tiles he was taking in the south. So he's trying to buy some now. And he's going to have to buy 100 more. But I think a safe castle, yeah, just like protect that TC is probably a smart approach for DauT. And we'll see. I would recommend walling this side in the north.
I think he will.
If you can get walls down there so you don't have to worry about Viper running through, that'd be really good.
There it is. He could gate wall, honestly, in front of that TC. It might have been better, but the walls behind are great too. The castle's going to go up, which should deny this push from Viper. And some farms are being added from DauT to use the wood. DauT is at 83 vills. Viper, though, at 95 with handcart.
And I think Viper should immediately try and idle his TC, which he's doing, and rush in. Because the middle is still really valuable here. DauT's dropping a castle. The best way to push this area still is to go, as Viper's being so annoying here.
It's going to go for a castle of his own. Yep.
And then click up to Imp to go for Trebs. DauT is so little army here. It's 4 army. Viper's got 21. And, ooh, that castle actually kind of ranges the other side of that wood line as well. That's a really nice castle for Viper.
It's a little brutal, isn't it?
Remember, it's play all 5. So it's not a best of 5. So we'd still get one more game. But I say that now just because Viper's position seems really, really strong. DauT hasn't clicked up yet. He doesn't have army. He's probably going to lose the castle and both these TCs.
He still does have access to a wedge that Viper cannot get to.
Yep.
The one on the right side. And he's got the one in the south, too, which Viper hasn't really been paying attention to, although Viper is heavy on stone. So might just think about a castle down there now.
Yeah, I mean, if you can
use click
one
up,
trap... Which TC will DauT use?
In the wedge.
Actually,
It's smart
really
wedge.
important.
In the smart wedge.
Oh, he relocated it? Because I think he canceled it? And yeah. Yeah, in the smart wedge. I like that.
Time for hill forts. Time for hill forts. Let's go!
Are we going to have to name the wedges? So when we talk about the wedges, each cast of this, there's a term for it?
Well, okay.
The gold wedge, the stone wedge, and the food wedge? Is that it?
Maybe we could call them slices?
Ooh, slice. But then should we think of actual pizza?
I mean, maybe.
So like a supreme pizza?
No. No.
Okay. All right.
Well, the north one is definitely a meat lovers. 100%.
Okay. This is what I mean. Okay, so meat lovers slice?
Yeah. I don't know what the right wedge would be. Gold, stone, and
a little bit of stone.
Some elephants, some ostrich.
That's leftover pizza.
No,
Like the leftover ingredient pizza that they don't put on the menu at the pizza shop.
what, ostrich?
I mean, I'm sure there
DauT
was
is
an
trying
ostrich
to
on a pizza at
deny.
one point.
Yeah, I'm sure. DauT is trying to deny this castle on the left side. He's getting Bod Canero, which will help. Viper's sending more villagers. I mean, it could be a slight concern, but Viper should be able to get this castle up. There's a lot of villagers that are going to die.
Yeah. But unfortunately, DauT, all his vills in the tower and around the castle are probably going to die to the castle then. So a little desperation here for DauT. Viper's first trap is about to be out, which is going to mean trouble for DauT with his castle. And this TC has been a nightmare for him ever
He's
since
kept it
Viper's
alive,
castle
though.
went up.
He's kept it alive, and he can kill these light cav. That's actually okay. He's kept it alive.
Yeah, I mean, Hillfort's kind of paid off in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
DauT. Ooh, this is a big question. Is this the correct play in the
Do you
southern
chop through?
slice?
Yeah, I don't know
do
if
you
you want
wanna
to chop
open
through
that?
there.
Because on one hand, if you don't open it, you can never kill Viper there. But on the other hand, if you open it, Viper can come kill you.
Yeah. Look at where Viper's trap is set up in the south. I know there's nothing there to attack it from DauT, but what a position.
Just
Oh
add
my
one wall.
God.
Just add one wall and it's fully protected. That's funny.
Holy.
Yeah, DauT's dropping TCs to try and stabilize. He does have Latus, and Viper doesn't have that many pikes.
Yep.
So this could be a bit of a throw for Viper if he loses these trebs here.
But the
But he
castle
does
goes
take out the
down.
castle. Yeah. DauT needs to, in the northern area, he needs to brace himself, but those vills near the gate, they need to go back into the corner now. You
Yep.
don't want to allow Viper
Also,
to kill those
snagging the
villagers.
relics could be good. Although he's struggling to get the latest out because no castle now.
Dude, Viper just straight boomed this game, and he's never really looked back. He obviously did have more army in the mid game, but like 150 vills right now for him. We see him on Archer. He's
Yep.
just not completing crossbowman. Like he has just boomed and expanded. And even though DauT killed those 4 vills, DauT's never really been able to catch up.
The problem is like the stone supply, right? DauT never controlled Viper going to this stone area, and Viper was able to get 2 castles up, and he's repairing his castles, and he has the potential to make more, which means traps.
Oh, dude. No, DauT's TC in the south is going to be killed. And then all those vills, they'll have nowhere to hide, nowhere to escape to. DauT is at 115 pop. Viper's at 180. And he just trapped the latest with a bunch of houses and walls as DauT tries to get a counterattack.
Oh my
What in
God.
the world?
Oh my God.
He's had some crazy traps today, dude.
He has.
I think there's an extra level of fun for him when he's able to do it to DauT, because they're such good friends. And so Viper maintains his eco lead, 150 vills, still kind of trebbing and pushing from 2 different areas. And DauT's going to think about skirm, but like Viper could afford it all here. Viper could go Cavalier. Viper could go bombard cannons. We could see both unique techs for Portuguese,
GG called.
even if the one doesn't help.
Really good play from Viper that game. Like he realized he could just tank damage from DauT. I mean, DauT did kill the villagers on each wedge, except for this one. But I think the problem for DauT there was that, like, he never chopped through to the south, and he didn't chop through to the outside until after Viper did.
Yeah.
He never connected the right side or anything like that. Like, he had no way to push back Viper's position in the south, and he had no way to prevent Viper from expanding from this wedge in the north. So, really didn't control the movements there of the free boomer, which is probably an issue.
I think the investment from DauT to kill 4 vills was maybe too much. He had to make a tower. He made 2 spearmen. Then his barracks couldn't be used any other time because it was trapped. The stable, he eventually killed 1 vill, but then he had to build another tower. Like, that's big. And then Viper, like, he loses 200 foods worth of vills, but then he was just on TCs faster. So I think anytime you make military or a tower or something, you kind of want it to pay off long term. You want to be able to continue to use that. And at least with this game, it didn't work out for DauT. But this map takes a lot of figuring out. Like, again, a lot of practice is going to be needed for them to see kind of what the approach is going to be. And it may even depend heavily on matchups too.
I mean, DauT's already
So I'm
learned
excited.
that you can't make a lumber camp and a mill and then try and hunt the elephant and try and put a palisade wall down. So that's a good thing, right? And he's gonna need wood for the house as well. Like this is good. These are learning moments, right? You go for the ostrich first, then you make the mill once you have the house down, and then you go after the elephant.
If I'm an eco-oriented player or a super aggressive early Castle Age player, like an arena style player, and I'm going to be seed like 70 to 128 in this bracket that comes out on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm practicing that and seeing what type of possibilities are there because I think there's a lot of the players like Viper, like DauT, are just still going to be adapting a little bit.
Yeah.
And they're not going to expect someone to pick that for their home map, right? They're going to ban maybe something else. So
Okay,
that's where the potential is.
Where do we think DauT goes here? Because that was Viper's pick, piece of pizza. Does
I
DauT
would
go
like
to
to
like
see.
inundation or something?
I was just going to say that, yeah, I would really like to see new inundation. The new and improved inundation is super good. And I think could suit DauT style. I mean, Boundary Brawl would be kind of fun. DauT does like to try and snowball advantages early. That would do
Who
it.
has Dravidians? I feel like they're going to be really good on Stranded. It might be DauT.
DauT's got Dravidians, yeah.
Stranded. We're going Stranded. I was looking at
Okay.
Dravidians immediately, thinking like, you can start fishing with that fishing ship. You can gather more food, and you make the dock right away with the TC. Then your dock counts for pop space, which means you don't need to get the house, which means the fishing ship can then drop off the 30 food or whatever it has right
Like
away.
right away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you go up early, now a lot of people haven't seen Stranded, so they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about, Dave?" If you go up early, then you can go for like some sort of archer tower play on the or water for that matter.
Dude,
Like,
just pike siege. Just
yeah,
pike siege.
yeah.
Get the hill, cheap pikemen, cheap siege. Boom, right? Good start, fast punk siege, punk siege.
Punk siege.
Pike siege.
Is that like a phase or?
It was for me.
Mom, you don't understand.
you
Stop embarrassing me in front of my friends.
you go back to the middle school yearbook, you'll see the T90 punk siege, you know?
All right, welcome in. This is Stranded. This is a relatively new map, new to WWC. You start with a fishing ship, and you start with 3 villagers, and you are on the shoreline. So DauT will go for the dock here. His fishing ship will be working away, and he will be able to drop off right away. You ever played this map, says DauT. Viper says no.
Viper says no.
And Viper will make the dock as well. So he's gotten Bengalis here.
I do actually think that Viper and DauT both played this in 2017. Someone named Nerd Rage Quit hosted an event.
Mm-hmm.
And it was an old version of Stranded. We've since kind of adapted it, changed it, opened it up. But I think they did actually play it. It's been a long time. And DauT's is the guy picking Bengalis felt like a man with a plan. So...
yeah, there's no way you knew this was going to be a map. That's true. There was no map draft. They're just doing it as they go along.
Get the pick.
The big difference here for me is you look at the populations. Viper has to make a house. DauT doesn't have to make a house. He's got the dock already up for the Dravidians. So Viper here will be housed. And he has to panic one down and get loom.
He has to get loom.
Yeah.
But like this is a Nomad start. Viper should know that he needs to make a house. Right? Like that should be that's something that's just a little sloppy from him. The thing that we're both really excited about on this map is like obviously water's really key, but a lot of the times if you're going water, you're giving up the hill.
And there's so many valuable resources here. Like just wood is huge, right? The golds are all on the inside edge, which is amazing. So it's all centered around here. Then we have the elephants and the rhinoceros that are all around this little circle in the middle. We've got the relics as well, that high ground which you mentioned. There's a lot. There's not that many resources that are near the water except for the stones, the singular stone piles.
And that's going to make the traditional fast castle off a fish boom castle drop way harder. So it shouldn't be a castle drop map unless you like I guess you'd be castle dropping way later in the game because you have to find different stone areas. There's actually only 2,400 stone on the entire map when you add it up, which is not a lot. There's not a lot of resources in general. Like these games probably will end up being pretty quick compared to some of the other ones.
I think DauT was pretty late with his TC. Look at the villager discrepancy here. Not a lot of idle TC. It doesn't have loom. Viper does, and the villager numbers are still similar. I guess. Yeah, no. Viper was building.
Did get the fish out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe Viper just got the fishing ship out a little bit faster, and that's what we noticed. But 12 to 12, DauT has picked a Civ, which has the nice early bonuses, but it's all about the beginning of, I guess, the game in this case because of the dock, but then each age. It's utilizing that extra wood. I was thinking cheap pikes, cheap siege from the hill make a lot of sense here. But then, like, Bengalis are tricky. Bengalis get the extra vills.
Yeah.
And they get the really good monks. Yeah.
I just wonder, like, obviously water is going to be important, but if you're going for some all-in Castle Age push, it usually just involves wood and gold and not really that much food. And if you get a good position, like, you could basically negate all of the water from your opponent.
Yeah. This is one where, in theory, you could see Viper uses monks to defend on water pretty nicely in the choke points.
Yeah,
that's
true.
a pretty niche case, but like,
Yep.
if you want to go fast castle monks and you just have like a monastery nearby the shoreline where you can just have 2 monks convert any fire galleys that come in, that can help you come back on water.
If they're making galleys, then you're in a bit of a bind. But
yeah, that's true. Galleys could be an issue, and I think galleys are going to be pretty common here just because like other things, if you make land army, you don't have a guarantee that you're going to do the damage.
DauT's going up
with
really
water,
fast, bro.
You're going to be able to kill them.
DauT's going up with 15 vills. No loom.
Whoa. This is a fast build. And Viper's going to add his 7th fishing ship. So this feels like 2 different approaches. Fast castle for Viper, and then fast feudal and water approach.
What does DauT see? DauT knows where Viper's dock is. Okay. So he's going to go for a forward dock here, and if he doesn't get spotted, the non-loomed villager, which he probably won't because Viper's not over there, he should be able to disrupt this fish eco so fast. Like, he'd be in feudal age around the same time that Viper even clicks, maybe. No, Viper's about to click up now.
And I don't know how many, like how much wood exactly a galley is. I think it's like 90?
90.
Or something?
Yeah, 90, 30.
But the extra 200 wood you get pretty much pays for 2 of them, right? So, really nice. Now, the fact that DauT's going so close makes me think he'll actually go fires. Because normally with fires, you want close quarters, but could still easily do galleys here. And then use this new dock position to fish in the future. Like, Viper is probably going to lose most of his fish, unless he runs, which we see sometimes from experienced Nomad players. They'll kind of hide some fish in the corner or something.
Yep. Viper's doing a good job bringing in all the rhinos and elephants. There's a lot of them. What is DauT doing in the middle? He was trying to wall off the tiger. That is the most elaborate wall I've ever seen for a single tiger. And the tiger's going to get him anyway.
No. Well, he's got 2 vills and he's got the hill. He should be okay.
Run, DauT. Oh my god, he saves him. That is the most elaborate thing I've ever seen for a single tiger.
It's so funny because, like, most other pros, that tiger's just trapped, and it's not a talking point because everyone got so good at it. DauT plays a lot of BF as well, but he's just not as good a quick waller.
It's all for the content, dude. The guy's just a content machine. This is what I was talking about with Dravidians, man. You get up fast, you get the extra wood from the for the Navy immediately, and then you can go for a forward archer range and start really pressuring.
I wonder if, like, right now he can't build the range because he made the 3rd fire. Now, fire's not going to hurt, but he needs that range. Okay, there it is, right on the hill. So this is water focus. This is land focus combined.
And he could go for a tower here, too. Like,
whoa.
You could do a lot. Stable coming out from Viper. DauT could go for some spearmen if he sees that stable.
Those are 2 unloomed villagers, so that could be 2 easy snipes for Viper.
No, I think Loom is in.
Remember, he did get the extra vills.
Loom is in.
Yeah, he got Loom, yep.
Okay.
So
Fish
DauT now
discovered.
has to decide, do I add more fires? Do I add more archers? Can I do both? It seems like he's able to do both. Viper's going to try and lure him away with some of the fish. Sacrifice those, and then tempt the fires away, but DauT's still chasing a group of them. Pretty nice build from both. For Viper, his eco's going to be pretty good even if he loses some of the fish. And his fishing ships do slowly regenerate. So he is trying his best. He's even sacrificing some HP here. Look at this micro.
DauT saw the stable.
Ooh. But he saw the stable the worst way possible with his first archer.
It's fine. Viper's house.
And yeah, it's fine.
Viper's
Viper
house.
under
So
a lot
the
of
scouts
pressure.
won't be coming out all that quickly, and DauT will have time to add in some spearmen as well. And bring this guy. Oh, he's dead. The villager's dead, too. The iguana or whatever, the Komodo dragon.
DauT. DauT's backing away with his archers. His villager dies to the Komodo. And also, he lost his fire galley. Viper repaired and defended. So Viper's kept 6 fishing ships alive. Really nice defense from Viper. So far, because there's still going to be
He's still
a
housed
fair
at
amount of Navy
35
from
pop.
DauT coming in.
He's been housed at 35 pop for the last day.
Dude, that's a bad house. Everything stopped. The skirmishers, the scouts, the vills, and the ships.
DauT is walled
Rare
in
you
his
see
gold.
Viper.
That's really nice.
This feels like the most natural state for DauT to build a market I've ever seen in my life. Just that many vills on
I
gold.
feel like the latest patch has made him incredibly anti-market. It's been late today, every game.
Well, I mean, maybe it's just the standard timing now, you know?
Maybe.
But yeah, like, we're still, for me, I still have to second guess myself when I'm casting and playing as, oh my god, Viper just killed the
I know,
buffalo
I
underneath
watched.
DauT's PC. It's tough to get the timings down with the new patch and balance of that.
Good micro from DauT and Viper on the water. DauT's trying to save this fire galley. He does. Viper pulling his weak ones back. DauT now trying to save that one again. And Viper with some excellent fire galley micro here.
Yep, and both players are going to be a bit distracted. Oh, this is huge for Viper. DauT had such a head start, but he didn't end up killing
Look at the army
too much
DauT
on the
has,
water.
though, in the middle. Oh,
How does
boy.
Viper have 2? Oh, never mind. I can't do math.
Look at the army DauT has coming towards Viper's eco.
Big army. Oh, and
Huge.
Viper.
Oh,
Where's Viper's
wow.
army?
It doesn't exist. It's got skirmishers on the right side, actually. There's skirmishers on the right. He was housed again, so he's having problems with balancing all the population. And now he's got skirm scouts, so he might be okay.
He needs to get fletching, and then he's got to fight up the hill. Hill's going to be extremely valuable for DauT in these fights. But yeah, Viper's economy, despite getting housed so much, despite losing more than DauT, it's actually superior right now.
No armor for DauT, or for Viper's skirms.
Yeah. I think Viper with so many scouts as well, he's going to scare DauT with this. Like, DauT has to respect that so much. And now it's going to be tough for DauT because he can't really add more units onto the field because the range is completely surrounded by Viper's army.
He's kind of given up on water pressure, too. And Viper is waiting for the water to come in. He's not harassing DauT's fish because he's assuming that DauT will come with more.
Yeah.
And it's a
Viper will
stable
drop
for
a mill,
DauT. Dude, where's the
take the
market?
hunt.
What has he done? What has DauT done with DauT?
Does DauT have a mill at all, even? He's sending
He
villagers
doesn't.
away.
He doesn't have a mill.
Hmm.
What has
So,
DauT
I mean,
done
you
with
can't
DauT?
Is he going to make a mill on the water buffalo? Why is he bringing the vills here? Maybe a dock? I think he's looking for hunt right now.
Might be. Okay, he's looking
There's
for
hunt
somewhere to put
elsewhere.
the mill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Viper
Yeah, he doesn't want a useless
still
mill.
has not come forward with the fire ships. And
Which
he
is a little surprising,
yeah.
if you ask me, but it does allow you, like, what you don't want to do is move forward and then your opponent shows up from the other side. So he's pretty happy with how this game is, so he doesn't want to take the risk.
DauT is looping around with the archers. Viper got town watch because he knows that DauT is somewhere. They're both thinking about clicking up. DauT should be able to click up first, but Viper's going to be right behind him. And DauT now sees the market from Viper, delaying that just a little bit.
And we're going to see DauT click up without the market to balance his eco. Should be able to do so any moment now. And then Viper will use the market and click up. Their castle age times might be identical, honestly. It might be like, boom. Yeah,
Close.
Viper's right behind him.
Dang, good game so far. Good job from both of them, honestly. DauT
It's-
wasn't able to take out the fish, but he had the pressure, which kept Viper away, and Viper defended his fish well, and yeah, it's nice.
And like, Viper's army, it took out an archery range, but it hasn't actually killed much or even idled much at DauT's base yet. It still could do so, but there's a sneak army from DauT coming into Viper's base. Man, if only DauT went for the wood line, which of course is the riskiest place.
He's going
But
for
he
it
would have
now.
killed so much.
He's going to see a villager. He'll kill that, but Viper's Town Watch actually pays off. He can pre-wall before that army gets there.
This might be a situation where Viper will consider sending some vills to one of the stones. He's got lots of gold to buy stone, and then could mine the rest of it. But again, it's only 350, so if you want a castle, you're going to need 2 of the different stone spots. I think DauT will be a little disappointed he didn't kill a bit more when you're up against the Bengalis. You want to kill 4 eco units to feel you're in a good spot, because they get 4 free eco.
Viper loops all the way around to DauT's gold, but it's only scouts and skirms. There's no archers there. So not really a huge threat to the villagers, and DauT is adding in scouts of his own, which will push back the skirms. He's about to be in Castle Age, and he's done a phenomenal job. I mean, he's got the archers forward still. They just ran into the TC, which is unfortunate. No spearmen anymore. But still, he's doing a pretty good job.
Lots of resources for Viper here. If this was a more open map, I think we might see Viper drop TCs everywhere, right? But this feels like army's
4
gonna
monasteries,
be key, and Viper
dude!
is losing his army, and Viper is going for the quad monastery drop. What?
Oh my god, Viper is not screwing around. Holy, he's got Bengalis, he's got the tanky monks, and he's got a lot of gold in the bank. But still, he will be up against crossbows with these monks.
So is that his plan? Like, I would prefer maybe a second archer range, maybe a couple more skirms. Because skirms against Dravidians feels very nice.
Oh, man. If you go, like, Scorpion crossbow, I was going to say rams and then put the crossbows inside the rams, but Dravidians can't do that. They got the elephant
Yeah,
rams.
they get the elephants. Yeah, you can't put them on the elephants.
Yeah, unless it's Ace Ventura. There's no way in.
Dude, the wood, the hill, all of this is so valuable here for DauT. He's got such good map control, and Viper doesn't have skirms, and his first monk goes down, his second monk goes down, his villagers are going down. DauT in the driver's seat now.
Another TC there from Viper. Did DauT see that? He did. He knows.
Oh, he did see it.
Yeah.
Don't think he can deny it. He'll be here just a little too late.
Timing is perfect there.
97.
That's up.
Okay, he loses a Vill.
Another TC for Viper as well.
I understand that DauT wants to go kill Vills, but I think you cannot leave the hill. Like, maybe now you go in and raid, but all the focus needs to be in this middle area. Whoever controls this can just fully control how easy it is for the opponent to take wood.
You know what might be good here? Towers from DauT in the center.
Guard tower? Yeah.
Just even watchtowers, dude. Like, these monks can't really push against towers.
Oh, man. This would be the time where DauT would... Yeah, he drops the monastery for devotion. It's a relatively new tech. Was added maybe last year.
He's going to stone as well.
He does not want Viper to get conversions quickly, so that'll help resist the conversion a bit longer here in Castle Age.
Viper's going to be running out of control groups to deal with this army with his monks. He's going to have to go to the extra control group buttons to be able to deal with this army.
I don't know, like, Viper's an amazing player. I don't think he can control group down crossbows like this. Like, this cannot be good. This cannot be worth it, surely.
Oh, it's not. So many monks dying. He did kill quite a bit of that army, but he lost a lot of monks in the process.
He does have 11 more monks on the way, though. And DauT's only at 9 crossbows. And DauT dives. I don't know why he's...
These are Bengali monks. Here. These are Bengali monks. You have to keep that in mind. He's not even going to be able to kill one against the healing powers of the other 2.
Oh, dude. Is this series going to end how it always ends with DauT? And it's going to come down to whether or not he can drop a castle? Because he's saving.
Why are you asking that like it's a question? It's not even a question, dude. It's just a statement.
Oh, God. I kind of like Viper's position now, right? Like, the 11 monks versus 10 crossbows.
Don't do this. Don't do this. Now, back up.
Away,
back up.
away,
Don't do this.
Run. And the thought of, like, what do you do is fair, but I think you have a stable. You just got to not be stubborn here. You got to go light cav. 2 stable light cav with your crossbows. You kill those monks. Viper has nothing to protect them right now.
There's the market from DauT. There's the market. There it is. Redemption now on the way for Viper, so he's going to start converting the buildings. Fervor on the way for the speed.
Oh, dude.
DauT's got enough stone.
Like, 1 or 2 scouts isn't enough. You would need to have, against Bengalis, probably 4 light
I think
cav.
the play for DauT is to
Minimum.
go around the side and castle the monasteries from Viper.
I don't know. Viper sees the vills. He's going to chase the vills. Viper's bringing his own vills to this side to try and take the same stone that DauT's going next to.
The monks are so out of position in the middle of nowhere, and Viper
Dude,
doesn't
DauT
care.
can just loop around the middle now. Loop around the middle for the castle. Yeah.
Oh, God. But the monks, like, DauT can see the monks. Viper can see the crossbows, and the monks are like, come here. And the crossbows are like, no, man. We're staying as far away from you as possible. Oh, my God. Like, on the way in from DauT, he has to keep in mind that he's up against Bengali monks.
Yes. I like, a lot of people want to see someone in this position build their castle when they have DauT. You don't have light cav yet.
No. He's got devotion. He's fine. He just wanted to prevent the siege workshop from being converted.
I guess that's fair.
I'm gonna give him credit there. That's probably not what happened, but hey.
I think with 6 or 7 light cav, you could be pretty comfortable considering moving in now after devotion.
Yep.
But you don't have to. Viper's not forcing your hand yet. He might in a second with a castle drop, but so you don't have to actually engage against that yet. So you just wait and add even more light cav.
Viper is gonna go for a castle. Viper is gonna go for a castle of his own. He's pulled all the villagers away from that TC. DauT has so many light cav. They're coming in now. So many monks, though. Viper's targeting with a lot. Let's see. DauT's getting so many kills. He has devotion. He's getting so many kills, Tristan.
If the crossbows come here, they can deny this castle. A couple light cav got converted. So
and DauT has enough stone for a castle, too.
DauT, you need to drop your castle, bro. Can you find a spot for it? Will Vipers go up? Is this how it ends? There's going to be a castle from DauT on the left. Viper can't really build his. His monks go down. DauT's got more army. I think DauT's going to deny this, Dave.
And they both delete.
They both
And they both don't have enough stone for another
wow.
one.
So they both have to buy it, but Viper's full monk army just getting destroyed by the devotion light cav. And DauT's going to have the hill. Oh, and Viper.
Dude, that's not it.
Going up.
There's another group of crossbows from the right side. DauT says, bro, this is my thing. Don't try and take this away from me.
I love the decision from DauT here to delete his castle and go for the all-important hill.
Yeah.
If there was ever a way back for Viper, it would be with a castle on the hill. And Viper taps out. Just way too heavy on the monks there. And even against Bengalis, even with how strong those monks could be, DauT had some patience. I was a little worried because he tried to force the issue a bit early. But like having devotion paid off. What a great game. I'm really curious to see how this map plays out in the tournament.
I hope it plays out like that every game because that was amazing.
Yeah. Because the water aspect was absolutely important, but it did feel like the land in the middle too was so important. Like even a situation where if someone went full water, if the opponent goes archers, I'm not convinced that having the fish control is going to be enough.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so, dude. Like, obviously you're gonna get a lot of food from that, but most of the pressure here, I believe, is going to be from gold and wood units. And you're investing more wood and gold into the water to control it, and then there's this period where you're investing into fishing ships, and your opponent can push you, and it's just you're gonna have to be really creative. I like the way it's played out so far. I mean, this show match has been amazing. It far exceeded my expectations. Every game was incredible. Shout out to the players for participating. That's just, it was so much fun.
It was so much fun. And yeah, and these, I mean, they're obviously big names, but for those that didn't see the first Wandering Warriors Cup years back, these were also, this was a repeat of the finals here, right? I think Viper won 4-2, if I'm not mistaken.
No. It was a best of 9, wasn't it? He won 5-3, I think.
I could actually check. But I know Viper won and beat DauT in the finals, and it's been a bit. Looks like Viper won 4-2. Yeah,
4-2. Okay.
Viper won 4-2. So, yeah, GG's. That was great. So everybody, reminder on the situation with Wandering Warriors Cup 2. 128 players in the bracket. We already have over that many signups now, so we're gonna have that many for sure. $22,000 prize pool sponsored by Microsoft. It goes over like 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks. It's I think officially starts in November 11th, which is next Monday, and then goes into the ends on the weekend. I think December 8th.
Mhm.
So the bracket itself is posted on Friday. So we'll make sure that you guys hear about that, hear our take on it, our thoughts on which early rounds would be upset, and then it's just like, especially the first 2 weeks is just going to be set after set after set. Like there's going to be games happening all the time, and then once we get down to the later stages, obviously we'll structure it a little bit more. But I'm pumped.
Do we
That
want
was
to
a great
do?
show match to get me excited.
We might do some more as well this week. After that one, I'm feeling like I want another one, dude. I